Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the MUFC Unfiltered podcast. We are here with the brothers in the building. Slightly different time, you know what I'm saying? For those that are probably wondering, Tuesday, you know what I mean? You never film at this time, whatnot, but we are here. You know what I mean? We didn't get to do it on Sunday, so we thought we'd promise you a show on today. Big up to everyone locked in. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Double A, rocking the Brazil. You know what I mean? Hat there. Come on. I see you. I see you. Come on. How you doing, bro? How's international break treating you so far?
Only been 2 days, so at the moment it's not too bad. But get to weekend, mate, and I'll be pulling my hair out watching some proper football. So, and I can't even watch Brazil over here because it's like stupid o'clock, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So
no, it's not. It's on ITV4, bro. On
the France one, isn't it? And
France one, yeah.
And then they've got Croatia, haven't they? But then even Jamaica are on at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
better not watch Jamaica, fam. Allow it. Don't even subject yourself. Don't even do it. Don't do it.
Why?
Is that?
Why?
It's people.
Other than that,
Jordy.
Shout out, big up Jordy, man.
Come on.
Still waiting for that invite, Jordy, by the way. You know. Anyway, yeah, but other than that, I'm all right, me. Especially, you know what? Because we was all together Friday, and I think we all walked out of your house a little bit. Well, you didn't walk out. Me and Flawless walked out a little bit gutted about obviously the result. But then Saturday was fucking beautiful, wasn't it?
Buzzing.
Absolutely beautiful. So, you know, like I did say to you two in the match reaction, at the end of the season, it could be a point gained. And that's what it turned out. Obviously, other than Villa, it was a point gained, in it. So, you know, can't complain. But it's always good to be with the brothers, even if it is on a Tuesday night rather than a Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big up to you, mate. Ash, big up to you, man. How are you?
Pleasure as always to be aside and with the boys. And I miss. Where was my invite for the Friday? Do you know what I mean? What was that about?
Yo, listen, man. I thought, you know what it was here? I thought family, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm away. I go, okay.
Thought, you know what?
Allow it. I could have drove back, mate.
Ash,
do you know what I mean?
Ash, you're not a patty boy, so you can't do it.
That's just you. It's just this guy.
Yeah, all good though. Chilling. Like Double A said there, you know, 1 point gained, weren't it? You know, it was one of those where you on the Friday you're fuming. You know, the Saturday rolls over and then you're like, yeah, okay, that wasn't so bad. We'll take that and we'll just move on. We'll move on to next match week. So yeah, no, all good. Frustrated with it, with the whole international break and all that. Although saying that, we got Maguire called up, you know, got Manu in there now, so it feels a little bit more like it's connected. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't watch England. If there's no United players playing for England, I just can't watch. Got to be honest, it's not for me. Do you know what I mean? So now Manu's in there and Maguire's in there, and I'm happy. So. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You're happy Maguire's in there?
Well, I mean, he represents the club, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? So it's all right for England. He's a different Maguire, innit? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Is it different? Is it just the same?
No, I think he actually done well for England.
Already on bullshit, man.
Listen, Double A, he still calamities, weren't it, Friday night? Do you know what I mean? Giving away penalties and all that, red card costing us the game. So let's be honest here, you know, Maguire's still Maguireing.
I was asking the question. You're the guy that hates it. That's the agenda. I'm just asking the question. Oh, you're happy that he's playing for England? That's all.
Double A on bullshit already.
Yeah. Double A's on smoke today, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just asking a question.
How you doing, Flawless? Everything blessed?
Yeah, man. All good. All blessed. It is good. I always enjoy this show. Said this, man, all the time. And now United actually, you know, better in picking up points despite the disappointment about the Bournemouth game. Yeah, it's a much better result Saturday night than it was Friday night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. No,
for
real. I know, so no complaints. But yeah, man, man's all good. Looking forward to the show.
Yeah, big up to you. Big up to everyone locked in. Like I said, man, let's get these likes up ASAP. And yeah, listen, I know it's we spoke about, you know, a few times maybe about the transfers and whatnot, but it does feel like, you know, it is going to be one of the biggest summers yet, man. There's news coming out every minute about United transfers, like there isn't anyway, to be fair. But I can't lie to you, man. I do look at United squad and I think, you know what, man, it ain't really that great. The 11's good, yeah, but I feel like the players that are coming off the bench aren't capable of kind of like bringing up the standards. Don't get me wrong, we got Dillit out, Martinez is out, but they've been out for long term, especially Lisandro. He's always out. Lilit's a bit of a surprise one. But then Dorgu being out killed us as well. I can't lie. So if you take out 3 players from your team, you're kind of left with Malacia and them, man, there. You know what I mean? Ugarte. I mean, who else is on it? Mason Mount. Again, just useless. You know what I mean? Especially now, more so, when you're playing a 4-3-3, because he don't really suit a position. You know what I mean? Like, where do you put him? That's going to be impactful. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe it's going to be one of the biggest summers ever. I'm going to start off with this one here. Sully has put in here that Man United are assessing the striker market ahead of the summer, with Joshua Zirkzee departure looking increasingly likely. Internal recruitment meetings will start now to advance over the coming weeks. I've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying, like, oh yeah, but we don't need a striker. We can play Konya there and Bumo. But I've been saying, nah, man, we need an out-and-out striker. The only can he not play ahead of Sesko, they could compete for the number 1 spot. Percy for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Carrick is still unsure whether he's a starter. I mean, I don't know if you've seen his agent, but his agent wasn't really happy about him being called the super sub and that. You know what I mean? He's trying to say, yo, listen, respect my guy. You know what I mean? He's a striker. But United do need 2.
That's no agent said that. Came out and said that.
Yeah. His agent came out and said, yo, man, I don't want him to be called super sub, man. Man needs to be, for some respect. He's scoring goals, them ones there. But I think we do need a striker, personally, another one. Whether that's a player that's out there that right now we can go and get is a different question, isn't it? You know what I mean? Some in the chat saying Igor Thiago. You've got that kid at Bournemouth, Groupie. Preferably I would like a player that's a bit more older than Groupie. You know what I mean? I did put Julian Alvarez on the thumbnail because he is a striker that is going to be on the move this summer. He is in demand. The money, I don't know just yet.
He's definitely on the move, yeah.
Yeah. I reckon he'll be leaving this summer. Yeah. Barcelona, big clubs are after him, man. Man, like strikers, talk to me. I'll go with you, Ash, first, man. Striker, do you think it's needed? Do you think it's warranted? Do you think we need it? Is it a priority? Let me know, bro.
Well, our only true out-and-out striker, Sesko. I mean, we're going to be getting rid of Joshua Zirkzee, and let's be honest, he's not a true out-and-out striker, Zirkzee, No. The way I'm looking at it is, what kind of profile do we need to support Sesko and Konya and Burmo? We can play there, like you said, but we need to understand what kind of profile do we want. Do we want a young player who's coming in, who is trying to prove himself? Well, I mean, we've already got that in Sesko, haven't we? That's so. I mean, more of an older statesman, somebody who understands the game and kind of can help bring along Sesko sounds perfect. But I'm looking around Europe and there's not too many of those with quality anyway. So it's where do we go really striker wise? I like Thiago at Brentford. I'm a fan. This season, for what he's done for them coming into the Premier League, he's tore it up really. No one expected that under Keith Andrews. I've liked in the past Moise Kean over at Fiorentina. Last season scoring goals, and he's continuing to prove that he can score goals. But again, it's a tough spot to be in. With like proven quality strikers out there. Could you bring back even Ivan Toney into the fold there? He's got a little bit of experience. He knows the Premier League. He's done out there now. You could imagine he's got a couple of years back still to be able and to prove. So, and we're gonna need numbers anyway, because we're gonna be getting Champions League football. So we're gonna be playing much more games. I imagine we're gonna go deep into the competitions. I feel like we definitely do need a striker, but in regards to profile, what kind of a player do we want? That's the question I'd ask is, do we want a younger player who's going to have to compete against Sesko and cause him a few problems? That might not be such a bad thing, get Sesko on his toes. Also someone who could maybe overtake him, or someone who's a little bit more of an older statesman who can manage it. And again, it's finding that player out there, who is out there. You saw, who did it really well? Atletico Madrid. What's their striker? The Belgian. Sorloth. Yeah, not Belgian. Sorry, yeah, Sorloth. Yeah,
Sorloth.
Yeah. They seem to have a good knack of bringing the right age of strikers, and then they've got Alvarez again, and they kind of supplement each other really well. So it's bringing in the right character, it's bringing in the right profile for us, and it's, you know what, this is a moment where I actually have trust in Ineos. I look at Ineos's last 18 months and bringing in players, and I'm excited to see who they are going to bring in, because like you said, Saeed, there's a big summer ahead. Champions League football, we need the numbers in the squad, and there's no reason for us to not have a striker. If anything, we could probably do with maybe two, because if you getting rid of Xerxes as well, and we probably already needed one on top of having Xerxes, so it's profiles, isn't it? It's depending on what you're getting in the club.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's the right. I mean, if United were looking this summer, we probably would have wanted a Xerxes kind of player. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing about it. But we need to sell Xerxes to buy a player that maybe can be of the mold. But then again, it's like, I do believe it's time for Xerxes to go. But then again, it's finding the right player that can play second, that can also fight for his spot, but also know that maybe he could be an impact player as well on the bench. But it's difficult, man. The market, someone say there, the market isn't great. You know what I mean? You might have to get an unknown, but then you might have to pay premium for the best.
So just go get Harry Kane. Just get it over and done with. Do you know what I mean?
He has got. What's his release clause, by the way? He's got a release clause, hasn't he? But is that in January?
Probably 300 million or something like that. It's probably saying ridiculous. It's probably saying out of this world. It's a world record thing. It's not like it's 40 M's.
Sesko's definitely going to be super sub. Then his agent's going to be really pissed off if we go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but I agree with Ash. I think you look around, and I think as a person and as a player, I do think Xerxes is good, nice guy, clearly gets on with everyone. But this isn't the profile of player that we need now, and I don't think I just don't think he's got it for the Premier League. And if you look at where he wants to play, we've got far too many players that are better than him in that position. Like, and I don't know about you three, but for me, Friday for me was the last straw as a boomer at 9. I don't want to see.
Oh yeah, massively.
I don't like it, and it was so far away from the Liverpool game where he played really well in that position. I want to see my striker there, and I feel for Sesko, because I think he should be starting, and I think he would have had a lot more success than a Bruno did on Friday night. But yeah, you look around, and someone said it in a comment before me. I was going to joke and said, I know Darwin Núñez wants to come back to Europe, so maybe we could look over there. But Danny Welbeck, if it was 2 years ago, I'd say absolutely.
Yeah,
maybe
if it was a couple of years
ago, a little bit. I still think we missed the boat on Marcus Thuram. Still think we should have got him on a free.
I get frustrated by him, I can't lie. He's a frustrating striker for me, and he works better in a 2, not as a lone striker. So would that work necessarily in now?
I'm sure it could have done.
It could, but
but obviously that boat was sailed. I know Vlahovic could be an option, but I know a lot of people have put.
Yeah, he's done out here.
Yeah, a lot of people are dead against him. And then I think you start to look at that middle ground. It's not someone that's starting for the big clubs. You're looking for a bit of a gem and someone to come. Like someone in the comments said it, and it's a good shout. Undav from Stuttgart.
Yeah, that's a shout. That's a shout. I've been impressed by.
Taking a chance on him will be pretty good. But as Flawless always says, it's not our job. It's not our job. It's for the scouts to be doing, and what they can unearth, and all we can go off is what we see and the players we have a look at. But I as much as I like Krupi, I think I can't be doing another project. And as much as Sesko next season for me deserves to be the starting number 9, and hopefully he takes the number 9. I know he didn't out of respect for Højlund, but fuck Højlund. Do you know what I'm saying? Take the number 9.
Yeah, of course.
Like, take it. So he should be his next season. And then he has to be starting games. There's only so much he can do. And he's scoring. I know he didn't score Friday, but I think...
I'll give you the list now. Look at it. This is the list now. Obviously, he's obviously not there. It's not going to be available. You got Julian Alvarez, 26 right now at Atletico Madrid. Lautaro Martinez. Victor Osimhen is still a shout as well, 27 years of age. I could see him potentially leaving this summer as well. You got Igor Thiago. You just said there, Marcus Thuram. Samu, he's had an injury though, but a lot of people are looking at him. But again, has he gone off the boil this season? Esposito, he's another one that's just come out of nowhere. Kafane, I don't know if you lot have seen him. He has impressed a little bit, but again, still very young. Leverkusen. There you just said Nicolas Krupi, Nicholas Jackson. Has anybody watched this guy here? Bayer, is he good?
From Dortmund, he's a good.
Garassi, is he still scoring goals? Garassi, by the way, let me know in the chat.
Garassi is, yeah. My guy Dortmund is always talking about Garassi and saying how good he is. Obviously, the age thing is a problem because he's 30, isn't he?
30, but I don't know, man. Some players can play beyond their 30s, man.
It's not about that. It's what is the plan with Sesko?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, because we're talking. Double A mentioned it about, and so did Ash, about Sesko starting games. So what is the if we do sign a striker, what is he being brought in to do? Is he being brought in to compete with Sesko and play ahead of Sesko, or is he brought in to be a backup to Sesko? What is the plan alongside the profile? Because we could be here if we do go inside. Let's say it is a Osherman, for example. He's coming in to start. So then what does that do then for Sesko, who we then spent big money on? Which again is I'm all for it, bringing in talent. It's a great problem to have because you want the bench to be as strong. The stronger your 11 gets, the stronger your bench is. Because then players who are in the starting lineup drop down. So what is the plan? And then it ties into who's the manager?
Yeah.
Because how does he want to play? How does he want his 9 to play? Does he want a more Sesko type who's more of a traditional 9? Does he want a more Xerxes type, even though we're talking about Xerxes leaving? Does he want an Embremo type who's more fluid in the front three?
That's a good question. That's a good question, you know. Go on.
I was, if it was me, and I obviously I wasn't had the constraints Man United got on him. It has to be Julian Alvarez, because I think he's just a phenomenal football player.
He's the best one out the lot, yes.
He's the best one, yeah.
But then if you do sign Julian Alvarez, Sesko a bench.
But now you can play 4-4-2 there. You can play a 4-2-2 if you want to. Like you can play him alongside Sesko as well. Yeah,
I think so. Is that what you saying? Run that for as our formation for.
No, I'm not saying formation, but it's an option to have. Like you could play 3-5-2. You can play a 4-4-2. No, you can play a 4.
Never 3-5.
You're my don. You're my bro. No back three.
Don't say you haven't seen the best of Mbumo since that Anfield game. But remember, he was playing across the 2 with Konya up front, and they were working together. So I'm not saying that's the all MB, but in big games you can play maybe a 3-5-2.
No, I'm saying it's an option. But we're talking about what is going to be 9 times out of 10. What is going to be the formation? If you sign a Julian Alvarez, Sesko's a bench player. Like this is why I asked the questions and said what I said.
That's a good thing.
No, it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not because bringing talent, but I'm saying what is the idea of the club? This is why I said it with the Sesko, with a Xerxes replacement. What is that striker being brought in to do? Is he being brought in to be ready-made now, better than Sesko? Is he brought in to be a backup to Sesko? Is it those two competing? As if it's an Alvarez or Osherman, for example, they're being brought in to start. The money you're going to spend on those two, the wages those two are going to be on, they are starters without doubt. Whereas if it's a younger striker, then it's someone to compete or someone to be back. Again, it's a great option to have. I've been impressed with Sesko, but what is the plan? That's why I'm asking. I'm sorry.
Because my mantra is always, your signings should be to replace your starters or to at least compete with your starters. Okay. I never want to buy players to go on the bench.
Yes.
You should always be ready to go. You should always be ready to go into the starting 11. So that's why I'm saying Julian Alvarez, for me, obviously, like I say, one of the best strikers in Europe, already got Premier League experience at Man City. I don't see us ever getting him. I think Arsenal, I know, are in there, and like I said, Barcelona. It's like it'd be tricky for United to get him in the door, but that's the type of player you want. Because if we're going to be in the Champions League and we want to be actually competing on all 4 fronts, not that we got to compete in the Champions League or to win it, but we have to make. You have to be competitive, and you have to still get as far as you possibly can. We need the best players we can possibly get. Julian Alvarez coming into that starting lineup or into that attack obviously takes us from here to here. But if you're being realistic, you know, I think you are looking in that.
B
And
tier, C tier.
we know Ineos want to buy the younger players to develop, obviously, because you've got more sell on, they've got more, you know,
Yeah.
they've got more of a future and more brand appeal, so to speak. So it's always going to be a younger player, I think, with Man United, but it's who is there that can come in. Like Father says, we are so unaware of the profile this club are even looking at, or you know, for all we know, they will go and get Welbeck because it'll appease the fan. It'll appease the fans. A hero returning home. Carrington product returning home. It'll be cheap. And again, it's one of them ones where he's playing well in the Premier League. Should, for me, be going to the World Cup. And if he does agree. Has a good tournament. Swan song at Old Trafford. We played Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and he finally goes and chips the keeper rather than pissing around with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I remember that.
Full circle moment.
Full circle moment. But no, honestly, I do believe that it's needed, man. I think a lot of people have been saying maybe you could play a Cunha there, you could play an Mbeumo, but they're not natural strikers, innit, man? And this is the thing that you don't want to do next year. You don't want to just.
It ties back into how we're gonna play. If Mbeumo and Sesko are options at 9 next season, I'm not mad at that. Because I think we have other pressing areas on the pitch. That's what might save them as well. The midfield, if you look at it, you go first 11. What needs to be addressed? First 11, because I think I can speak for us all here and say if Sesko's our starting 9 next season, we all go, yeah, cool. No matter who the manager is, we all go, yeah, let's see what he does. But there's other areas in the pitch that are not. We need to address the midfield. As I know you mentioned it in the title already. Fullbacks we need to address. There are two key areas now. If there's money left over, if there's a good option, that's when you look at it. To me, Double A just mentioned it about buying players for your starting 11. What are the most urgent areas in the starting 11 for us? For me, it's midfield. And then I look at the fullback areas. I don't look at strikers as it's a needs must. Again, if Sesko's starting, I go, cool. If we got Delo and Shaw starting at fullback next summer, I might have a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
We start our opening Premier League game and them two are there at right back and left back. Something went wrong. Something you need to improve in those areas. And of course, the midfield, which it looks like we're addressing according to reports as well. So, yeah, I think it's an opportunity depending on Xerxes, if he leaves. But if he don't, I like our attackers for a season. Kind of like how I look at the centre-backs. Because we mentioned it about Martinez and De Ligt and their injuries. I would give them one more season because I like the other centre-backs that we have for a season and see how it goes. Because unfortunately, we can't address everything. We can't.
But we do. The thing is, though, we have to. I know it sounds mad, yeah, but
I think we can.
Striker, midfielder, fullback, winger, and possibly additional centre-back. That would be.
That's the whole team, pretty much. That's a whole team. Say that again, Saeed. Say that again.
Striker, midfielder, fullback, left winger, and possibly.
That's a whole team.
No, but it's true though, man. You can't mess around though, man. Them like I know it sounds crazy, but I think you need at least 5 to 7 signings this summer. You need at least, I reckon, minimum 6 signings this summer needed.
Has to be.
Like, if you want to compete.
So what are the 6 in terms of positions in your opinion?
So it's the one. So centre back.
Yeah. So you're saying 1 centre back, yeah? Okay.
1 centre back, 2 midfielders minimum, but I do think we need 3. Striker, left
5,
winger,
6,
and then a fullback
7
as well. But I would probably say 2 fullbacks, but I'm just saying 1 now. So that's minimum 6. But if you were to be extra. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah, it's not ideal world. I hate you on the centre back side of things. Yeah.
I don't think we need centre back. I don't know where the centre back.
We do. Trust me, we do.
How
people don't? Why people don't? You know what it is? Double A. People don't trust the little Martinez.
Yeah, you can't.
I hear that.
But I'd give them another season because of the other areas being such urgent need.
You can't, bro. You can't.
Martinez. The only one that concerns me is Martinez. The lit.
It's a big injury, though. That's a massive.
He's had a shit season.
What if he's not the same again after that back injury? What if he's not the same?
I can't write him off until I see him back.
Yeah, you can't.
That's it.
You can't. Yeah,
that's it. You can't write him off. Like you have to give him a chance. You know, we've all given Martinez a chance to come back. He came back and was phenomenal, and then has gone and got injured again. He worries me now. But De Ligt deserves another chance, and I think
he will get another chance.
And Maguire obviously staying, much to Ash's annoyance. Like, it's just I would rather the 6 for me would have to be right back, left back, 2 midfielders, a left winger, and then a striker if Xerxes was to go. But I agree with you. 3 midfielders really should be the case. But obviously, I know there was links today saying we're looking at trying to convince Casemiro to stay for another season. So
yeah,
if that's the case, then it is 2 because I'd be happy with that.
Yeah,
but
no, we can't. Casemiro is gonna leave, man. I don't think he's gonna stay. If I'm being true.
No, I think if he's gone out and he's done a whole video saying he's going. He's likely to be going. And I know Stretford was singing, trying to get him to stay.
Yeah, one more year.
I reckon the club would look at it because, again, like the Danny Welbeck thing, it's cheap, it's affordable. It means they don't have. And also, do you know what I think? I'm not worth forgetting, but I think the club really need to look to be doing next season anyway. Is the introduction of Sekou Kone into this midfield, into this first team.
Yeah, maybe. That would be good. But it is a pre-season.
Not happy with the loan. I think the loan was, a shit loan. Let's be honest with ourselves. Could have been a better loan, better league, testing him with better competition, which is what we should be doing for a player we're looking to get into the first team. And then, we should be getting him into there. So there's an option potentially for next season. So if it is just 2, at least we've got that third option coming through that we can look to start to implement into the first team.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I think for me it's crucial, isn't it? Like if you look at the signings we're going to make, because like I said, most of the players that we kind of we need to get rid of, we don't rate, innit? Like, and the reason why I said about centre backs is because, you say Maguire, you say, Yelly Euro, Heaven, you know what I mean? Who else is in there? Like it still needs a bit of addition in there. And if you go and get a free one or a cheap one that you can go and get, then that's maybe the plan to go and get. But I think look at this Arsenal team, yeah. I think they're the benchmark in terms of numbers wise. They're still having injuries. They're still getting players missing. And they're still looking like they're a bit tight in this area. Look at this Odegaard and Eze is out now.
But remember how long it took them though, Saeed.
Yeah.
Remember how long it took them. That wasn't a
I agree.
That was 6 years and 1 billion.
Oh, 100%.
So we have to give ourselves, and I get what you're saying, but you have to give ourselves enough time to get there. And with the players like Heaven and Euro, how are we ever gonna find out if they're ever good? How good they are?
True.
They don't play. Again, it's not ideal to have them both out there. 1, because of their ages, and 2, because of the way they play in their profiles. Because neither of them is really the aggressor. They're more like both sweepers. But how are we gonna know if you can swim in that deep end if you never get in the deep end?
Yeah.
Like you got to swim. I rate Heaven. I rate Euro. But how good they are, it don't matter how good I think they are if they don't really play. Again, it's not ideal, but there's never going to be an ideal situation for them. Because if De Ligt and Martinez stay fit, guess what? They ain't going to play week in, week out.
Yeah.
They are going to be backup options. And then if De Ligt and Martinez are missing, that's when we'll see. One of them will be alongside Maguire, most likely. So, yeah, with the young players, I'm like, let them play. I rate them both. Trust the squad. That's why I wouldn't sign a centre back unless a correct opportunity popped up and you address the other areas and it's a centre back for 20 million who's of a decent standard and you go, all right, fairs, that makes sense. But no, play him. I'm saying Euro was how much? 60 million?
60 million, 52 million. Yeah.
50, all right, 50 million, 60 million. Let's find out how good he is. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll park that. Let's talk about midfielders then. Obviously, the Bruno G one's a bit of a hot talking point right now. Obviously, they've kind of cooled it off today a little bit, but Nathan Salt today was talking about the 3 candidates that are potentially going to be available for Man United: Sandro Tonali, Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton. I mean, Asha, come with you, man. How much are you looking at budget-wise for the midfield this summer? What you're saying is like the most realistic budget? Is it 200 million? Is it 150? Like for 3 or for 2? Do you think if it's even gonna be 3? Like we're all wanting 3, but I reckon it'll be probably 2. Is that enough? Talk to me, Ash.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand it. Who set the market? Arsenal did with Declan Rice buying him from West Ham. What was it? 105 million, was it? You know, from West Ham. This, you know, so, and did he have as big of a profile at that time as Elliot Anderson? Because Elliot Anderson this past year or so, you know, his profile's really shot through the roof. So Nottingham Forest, I mean, if they get relegated, that helps us out a lot there with that. But then he's got suitors, and he's able to pick and choose which clubs he wants to go to, because apparently City are interested as well. So that's going to be difficult, and that in itself is going to increase the price. So you get a bidding war there with Anderson. Adam Wharton, interesting one. I believe he's I don't know how long's he got left in his contract. I want to say he's not as long as I thought. Yeah, so Adam Wharton seems more, but I mean, different profile of players. I was asking.
2029.
So speak. How long?
3 more years left on his contract.
Three more years. Yeah. So yeah, you know, it's difficult. Sandro Tonali already talking about, you know, wanting to leave and wanting to move. You know, it sounds like this season one of Tonali or Guimaraes is going to leave. So, you know, he sounds more available. I'd put Tonali and Anderson more in a similar category. Wharton, I think, is a different player. You know, Wharton's more of the mould of a Carrick, Busquets, that kind of a player. You know, you've got Anderson's more that stereotypical like Gerrard or a Marauder, Yaya Toure kind of a player. You know, it's just we do need to replace Casemiro. That's the big thing, and I think the number 6 is the more important role to replace, because you look at Tonali and you look at Anderson, they would more likely be replacing Mainu. That's you know where the positions they're going to be taking. So, and we've got Mainu there, and I know Anderson's a better player, and I know Tonali's a better player, but it's how much room do you give Mainu in that situation. So it's the number 6 for me, and someone who's not been mentioned there in that list is Guimaraes. You know, Bruno.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, man. I like him.
I think he needs to be a.
Everyone, so, I mean, do you think 28-year-old is old? Like, I get he's 29.
Look at Casemiro. Look at when we signed Casemiro. You'd say that was a successful transfer. You know, someone who's coming into the prime of the career. And in that position, you've got to have a little bit more smarts and whereabouts of you. Do you know what I mean? What you've got to consider as well is Guimaraes hasn't got the same numbers on his legs as Casemiro had. Casemiro was playing in every competition. He was playing in all the internationals. He was playing in all the Champions Leagues, going all the way to the finals in the Champions Leagues. The amount of minutes that Casemiro had on his legs coming to us, compared to someone like a Bruno who's not at that. So he's what, 27, 28, I believe, and it feels like 28.
I think so. I double check. But
Yeah. So
who's that? Bruno
Guimaraes, yeah.
He's 29 in July, or something like that.
He's 29 in July. Okay.
I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
Who is?
He's 29 in November. He's 29.
29 in November. Yeah, I mean, still there. You've got a couple of years on the legs there. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those where
it's crazy, because you got 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Like, you get at least 5 years of him. You know what I mean? Like,
whoa! Have you just used your fingers? I've not seen you counting on your fingers.
No, I'm just saying, you know, like this visual.
Hey, Saeed, book him. You know, it's fine, man.
No. I don't need the booking.
You need the booking.
No, I'm just letting people know it. Like,
I know what
he's trying to do. You know what I mean? He's
you see what he's trying to do, but in regards to it, it's away from what Ineos have been doing. I don't think 28. But if you look at who's the oldest player we signed. I don't think we signed a player over 26.
Mazarawi, 27.
Mazarawi 20. He was 26 when we signed him.
26.
Because he's 28 now. So we signed him 2 seasons ago, right? So he would have been 26. The Lit would have been around that age. So it seems they're going for like 26 and under. Again, not against Bruno G.
The Lit was 24, isn't it?
Yeah, the Lit was like 24. If you look at all the players, like Cunha and Bremo are around that age as well. Yoro was obviously younger as well. So I'm talking solely about in the last two summers. But I think Bruno G he's a good player if we were to go and get him. It's about price point. Said that about all these.
I think he's one of the best in the league. We can't, you know.
He is.
We've all watched him and loved him. And like I said on Friday, if you're going to give me the 1 or the 2 out of Newcastle, I personally would take Tonali. I think
Tonali's the better one.
Oh, would you? I would take Bruno G instead.
Tonali's the better one.
I think Bruno comes in as a leader straight away, and I think he's almost captain material.
Exactly.
Obviously, I know.
And we're losing a big leader in Casemiro.
Exactly.
You know, that's what we got to bear in mind.
He supplements that, and he fills that gap immensely. But I also think Tonali comes into United, given a bit more stature. Again, he looks like he could be a potential leader eventually. Let's say he's 3 years younger or whatever. I just think there's more there with Tonali. I think he's just as tenacious as Bruno is. You know, he's very passionate and technically great. You see, you know, he's a great shot on him. I think it's either or. I think if we got either of them, I would not be sad. It's just a personal preference.
Yeah, but Tonali's replacing Mainu, isn't he? He's not replacing Casemiro. Tonali's not going to come in and play that.
Yeah, exactly. He's not. Let's be realistic. He's not. Like Bruno G is like literally the candidate to replace.
No, but I'm saying if we're getting two anyway, there's no reason we can't get Tonali and then a Wharton. Do you know what I mean? Or someone like that. I just think if you're offering me the two, it could be a flip of a coin, really. But I like Tonali a lot, and I like Bruno a lot. I just feel Tonali this season's been phenomenal for Newcastle, really.
Yeah, no, 100%. It just comes down to, say for example, now obviously Tonali's price tag is 70 million. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna spend around that ballpark in it. You know what I mean? It's just whether like people are looking at the price, like the sell on value. For me right now, if I'm getting good solid 4 years out of a player, I'm not really too worried about sell on value, because you don't know what it does as well. Is you're looking at it thinking, yo man, you're buying players here that are ready now. You know what I'm saying as well. You know what I'm saying? Not I'm saying Tonali isn't ready now.
No, I know what you're saying. They both are the age. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're not looking for a project. Oh, yeah. But he's young.
Nah, you ain't looking for a project player.
Years. You know what I mean?
You're looking for if a player is young. Obviously, you're looking for the player to be quality despite the age. Well, yeah, you're looking about I don't mind selling value, because if you sign a player and he's here 6 years and he performs, who cares what you sell him for?
Yeah.
Did you do the business here?
Trophy value. I like that.
That's how I look at it. I think tonight, I don't think there'd be much in difference in regards to their price points. I don't think one is significantly more than. I don't think one would be significantly more than the other in terms of what Newcastle would ask for. That's why I would go and get. I think Tonali is the better player, and he's a couple of years younger as well. So I think he's the more sensible option. But either or of them is. I think they're both good players. I think they both add value.
Yeah. I agree. Like I said to you, I like that their trophy value. I think that's something that we gotta look at, man, and say, yo, man, what trophies are we winning with these players, man? And they imagine a Bruno Fernandes in that midfield alongside Mainu, got experienced player alongside a player. Like you're looking at a solid one there, man. Like I just think it feels right as well. That sort of player coming at this time as well with the younger players we got. To say, for example, you got a Wharton. And then you got a thingy, or you got an Anderson, or you got a Beleba. Beleba underneath with a Bruno Fernandes would be very, very good. Like I think you got also complement each other, because if you're not getting Anderson, I think Bruno G and Anderson could be similar in that aspect. But then Tonali and Beleba are similar in that they're both box to box. So you've got you've got to complement each other as in what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the biggest thing for me. You got to buy the right ones. Yeah, and that for me is the key in this market, like buying the right ones, because you can't be going next summer thinking, oh man, we still need to replace this player here, or we still need that player to unlock that player. You get me? Like you still need this player here because we're not, you know what I mean? Like it's just, it's just not great, man. I don't know what these thingies are, these bots, man. I don't know what's going on here.
No, the bots moving crazy.
Yeah, the bots are moving crazy, chat, man. Let's sort these bots out, guys. Mods in the chat. Let me know what's going on here. But yeah, chat to me, man.
Nah, but you're right, because the report said it's Belieber, and then it's one of the three of Wharton, Anderson, Tonali. That's what the report said, or the tweet said. Cool. Yeah. Whoever the two out of those, if it's Belieber and one of those three, I have no issue. Preference is yes, but you mentioned it about getting it right in terms of profile, but they all add something that our midfield's missing. So our midfield's missing a hell of a lot. So if you add them, and this is why we're sat here talking about needing 3 central midfielders alongside Maino to go and compete on our front. So if it is Belieber, and then you added Tonali to that, Belieber and Tonali works. Belieber and Wharton works. Belieber and Anderson works. And then you throw Maino in the mix. They all work. Now you can debate which works better and who fits better with who, etc. But they all they all add something. They all add a certain skill set and a certain quality. So I just like the fact that we're being linked with multiple. Because at first I thought it was one of, but then when I seen afterwards, it was like it's Belieber and then one of those in addition. I'm like, right thing to do. Now, whoever it is, I don't know. Who knows which one it's going to be? It could. Ash mentioned it earlier about Forest, and if Forest do get relegated, maybe Anderson then does become cheaper, 100%. You're then negotiating for a championship player. Maybe that sways it, but we're not the only team that's going to be in for these players.
This midfielder here, I don't know much about him. Orozco, from the Colombian kid, I think it is. Again, it's too much, pressure on a young kid, you know what I mean, to come in, man. We've seen it with Diego Leon. We've seen it with, you know what I mean, like Kone. They're not been ready yet, you know what I mean? So you got to wait until what the kid's going to be about, man. But do you think we left it a bit too much to do, Double A, like in terms of this summer for midfielders? Like, do you feel like we're going to be disappointed in some way? Do you think it's a lot to do in terms of like targets? Like, because United never really set their midfield targets ready. Like, this might be the first summer in a while, where Man United have bought in like multiple midfielders. I can't remember. It might be under Van Gaal, maybe under Mourinho, but we bought Pogba, and who else did we buy that summer? I don't know if it was just Pogba that summer, but this might be the first summer where United have bought in like several midfielders, you know? Like, I'm just thinking at the top of my head.
I think I can't remember. Like, because you think Pogba and Mkhitaryan, but Mkhitaryan's more of a 10. So
he was more of a 10.
I think would you go back to Hargreaves and Anderson? Maybe it's that far back. I don't remember like us bringing two midfielders in.
That's mad, you know, when you deep it.
The thing is, mate, I think like I'm not too worried about it because there's several options. Like, look at all the options we're talking about, and that's just the Premier League. Like, there's 4, 5, 6 players just from the Premier League that could potentially come to our midfield, and that's going out. You know, we've not even talked about Camavinga and potentially him leaving.
Camavinga,
Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? And then, you know, Manu Kone, I know he's a player that always gets linked to Man United. He's not doing too bad at Roma at the minute. There's options out there, so all we can talk about is what's pushed to us from the media. We don't know, again, what the club are looking at. They don't know the profiles and who they're scouting, really. And you know...
sorry, Double. You know what it feels like the club would go for? Someone like Garner at Everton or Scott at Bournemouth. You know, Alex Scott. It feels like those kind of players they'd be going for.
Is Garner gay?
No, Garner.
James Garner.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, James Garner or Alex Scott.
Well,
but Garner signed a new deal, so you'd have to spend another 40, 50 million.
Yeah, he signed a new deal and obviously become massively important to them. You're looking at Alex Scott, I mean, maybe a bit too early for him, but I wouldn't be mad at that. I think he's a good player. But under the big ones, the main ones that are probably going to be likely on the move this summer, there is a host of players that we've not even looked at or spoken to. You know, I'm a big fan of Angelo Stiller. I'd love him at Manchester United. I think he's a great player. You know, the only thing is that stigma around Bundesliga's player coming to the Premier League. That's the only thing that you look at really in terms of things like him. But I think you know, we talked about the striker market not being too good this summer. I actually think the midfield market is brimming with players.
It's stacked.
We shouldn't be too worried about two coming in if it is going to be two. You know, Anderson, as much as I think he would be my number one choice out of anyone, I do think he probably goes to Man City, to be honest with you. And then it's the case, you know, because Bernardo's off. So listen, I would take Tonali, I'd take Bruno Fernandes, I'd take Wharton. I don't care what people say about him. I think he's a fantastic player.
Carrick could like Wharton as well. I think Carrick could. He suits him.
If Carrick stays, obviously.
If Carrick stays here, maybe we might actually take this midfield seriously. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, he was a midfielder. He also knows what it takes to be a good midfielder. He also knows what it takes that, you know, he's probably looked at him and thought, yo, man, you haven't replaced me. You don't even know, like, because at the end of the day, he was a guy that was so comfortable on the ball, receiving it on the half turn. in between the lines, between the defender. Like, he actually is the guy that will probably understand it the most. And if you look at our midfield, I wouldn't say we've been bullied that much in terms of, every week. Like, don't get me wrong, the Bournemouth game, there was a few worries, but we haven't been like done out here, Philby, in the midfield. We haven't been doing like
we haven't been overrun like that. It's just the Newcastle game. That's the only one.
Yeah.
Again, if you address that area correctly, then we'll be all right in that instance. Wharton would be top of my list in regards just for the passing aspect. We don't have great passes in this team. We really don't. And I think with the attackers we have, if we have someone who can progress, it don't necessarily have to be him. I'm just talking about a profile of that. Someone who can receive the ball on the half turn and progress the ball very well. Whether it's short, long range, through the lines, whether it's like in the air, whatever the case may be. Because I think with our attack, if you give them a split second, 1 second, 2 seconds, even 3, 4, 5 seconds more on the ball, I think we'll create even more. So that's why, but it can't, again, just be him, because we also got to add the athleticism side. So whether that's Belieber, whether that's Anderson, whether that's Tonali, because I think they all fit that. I think they're all mobile enough, all energetic enough, all physical enough to help out with that as well. And then you throw Maino in the mix, you get another, and then you're pretty much good to go in that. So yeah, I trust them to address it, because that's one thing they've done well. They've addressed the area as well. They addressed the attack. Look at the way we look at our attack now. We don't look at the attack now as a problem. We're going to score the most goals we've scored, I think, in the league for now, 10 years? Yeah. If we carry on at this trajectory. When's the last time we scored this? We was in minus goal difference. Yeah. Last season and the season before. We're actually, what is it, plus 10, 11?
Yeah, we're on, plus 11, easily. We're in that moment.
Like 12. 12.
Is it 12? 12, something like that. See, that's just what I'm saying. And we on course to score 70 league goals. The last time I think it's over 10 years since we last done that. And that was playing under that football and terrorist Amram for half a season as well.
Yeah.
So
facts. You know what it is? You mentioned Beleba. One of you mentioned Beleba, but Beleba's still one that it's easy to do, in it. But then again, it's like, are you going to be diving into the wrong player first? Even though I still think he's a very capable footballer, yeah. But do you think Man United should go in there first, or should he be? I think he should be one of the last players that we sign in the midfield, because I don't think nobody's going to come in for him this summer. I really don't, I don't see there being a queue for Beleba this summer. I can see him being one of them ones where he's set himself on United. Let's get the others first and then get Beleba. You feel me?
Are Cameroon in the World Cup?
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Okay.
They're not in the World Cup. So
you know what? You try and get all your business done before the World Cup. Not just him.
You can put the price down. I reckon if Brighton are thinking, yo, man, these lot must be coming in early, then you could tell them to wait a little bit and then just get the price down.
Oh, you trying to lower the price?
Yeah, I'm trying to lower the price, but you mad. Okay. I'm trying to get at least a good 50, 60 million max.
I think 50 M's. I think 50 M's is correct.
50 M's, bro. Are you like broski?
Yeah.
They should get more than that.
No, I'm with you on that.
Down. They got to learn a lesson of cool, they're good business people, like normally, but they got to realize, the price has gone down, my G's. Like, you've had
today's price is not yesterday's price.
Yeah, bro. Real talk.
Right.
You know what I mean, bro? Because at the end of the day, his form has gone down. You don't play him. You don't start him, by the way. They played on Saturday, James Milner and Pascal Gross. They played a combined age of 70, and he came off the bench with about 15 minutes to go. So really, you don't value him.
For Liverpool. Just want to say that Liverpool, that is
dark.
To get packed up by someone with a combined age of an OAP is crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
Did you see the stat that James Milner ran more than Liverpool's midfielders put together?
Yeah, of course, man.
You see, when you hear things like this, drop a message in the group chat of that, man. I need that type of
ASAP.
I need that.
Trust me. You know what was there.
My only worry is, especially like you're saying, wait till the very end for Belieber, but we might be in a situation, especially with a World Cup summer, where we need to get all our signings in before pre-season if we have a new manager as well. With a new manager as well, if it's not Carrick, we need to make sure we know what we're doing from minute one, and it's very important.
I agree.
And listen, we can only go back to Brighton and say, you're not even playing the kid. You're starting OAP midfield, yeah? You can't there be demanding 80 mil for this kid. He wants to go. Why keep? You saw what happened after that, yeah. Big up Shells as well. Yeah, you saw what happened after last summer. He's gone off the cliff. Do you want that again? He's an unhappy player.
Unhappy player.
50 mil. Oh, 50 mil will give you Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? Like, scratch our back, we'll scratch your balls. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, real talk, man. Like, for me, it's one of them ones where, like, I just don't think it's responsible for Man United to be spending over 50 million on Baleba. Like, real talk, man. Like, people, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather spend 70 million on Bruno Guimaraes than go and spend 70, 80 on Baleba. Because
it shouldn't be 78. It's price.
You know what I'm saying, man? You see my logic?
You walk away from that. You walk away.
Yeah,
you walk away.
Be that price. Yeah, that's why you go there early and then you offer them the you lowball them because they tried to play hard to get. Like Double A said, yesterday's price is not today's price. You tried to lowball and all right, so we gonna lowball. Hey, here's 40 million. Just test the water. Just take the piss. Just with an offer, and then it's like, all right, 50 million, take it or leave it. Because there's other midfielders out there. I rate Belieber, but he hasn't had a good season. And there's other midfielders that do what he does. So therefore, all right, you keep him. Keep an unhappy player coming off a bad season. All right, bet.
You could.
How he does next season.
Yeah, for real.
Always be willing to walk away from a negotiation. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I just think it's just you got to be responsible, man. You got to like be of the understanding that like. This summer, we got Champions League football. We got a bit of leverage. You know what I mean? We don't need to be going to every single team and begging, you know what I mean, transfers. Like, not only have they got to come because if they want to play. Like, last summer was a bit refreshing when Sesko wanted to come to us and Boomer wanted to come to us. You know what I mean? There. Like, it might be a bit competitive. It just depends on... I do believe, like, Liverpool are looking for midfielders. Chelsea will always be there because they're just, you know what I mean? They're just transfer whores, man. Yeah, let's call them what they are. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They just buy whatever's out there. And then I think Arsenal, maybe Man City. Definitely, Man City will definitely be in for a midfielder or two. So, you know what I mean? It will be competitive, man. You get me? It will be very, very competitive. Like, we've got to be ahead of the curve. That's why you can see all of these things are happening now, man. We got time off. We're in half term. Use the time wisely. You know what was there? Start making some early moves. You know what was there? Like,
they should be. But according to these reports, it looks that way. The fact that they're narrowing down the list. Obviously, it's not confirmed, but we can only go off the reports, which is again, I'm just happy it's multiple midfielders. That's the best.
Yeah, I agree.
It's multiple, and I like the names that we're being linked to. It's just now you go and do the right deals, but they've done good business in terms of price points. And we mentioned Belieber, and it's the same with the others. It's the same with Wharton. It's the same with Anderson. It's the same with Tonali. Price. They start quoting 90, 100 M's. All right. Leave them there.
Yeah.
And I think we need to act with haste. I don't want to be seeing Mbumo situations where we're waiting.
Oh, massively crazy.
There's no excuse for that because, like we said, the pool of talent for midfielders this summer, pre-World Cup, by the way, because we don't know. I know we shouldn't buy players based off the World Cup, but if someone who's had a good season elevates themselves even more for the country, and then it's one of them where we might be in a chance of getting someone. The talent is there, the pool is vast. So anyone coming with silliness, we just say, listen, it's this or this. I know the chat are saying, remember, we walked away from Branthwaite, which I think was the correct decision.
That was the correct decision.
And we have to do as well last season, which was last summer, which was the right decision as well.
We have to do this. We have to do the same thing because there's options, and we can go and not take our pick, but like you said, we're Champions League. Obviously, we're a more attractive outfit than we're normally attractive anyway. We don't have to have. Look, we got no European football. Got two of the best attackers in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? And one of the best young strikers in Europe. With no Champions League. So when we have got it, and depending on who the manager's going to be, we could be, one of the most sought after teams this summer for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you know what it is? Yeah, for me, it's the fact that it could be only Kobe in that midfield in the summer. If you get rid of Agati, you got rid of Casemiro. Really and truly, it's only really Manu that's a midfielder. That's a bit scary. What do you think, guys? Like, the fact that it's no Fred. Normally went from like Fred, McTominay, Ericsson. There was always a midfielder or two, but the fact that it could only be Kobe, like literally is the only kind of like midfield that can play the double pivot. That's a bit mad, when you deep it. Like, it's
It's been our squad building though. Like it's been
Yeah.
because if you look at it, that's why
Yeah.
last summer we addressed the attack. Like you just
Yeah.
mentioned, Double A just mentioned it there about the attackers we signed. The season before it was the defense. Now it's time to focus on the midfield. That doesn't mean you don't go into other areas and get other players as they have done, but it's addressing it because our squad was a complete mess. It's now better. Does it still need improvement? Yeah, and it seems they're doing that. And if we end up the summer, let's say it is Mano, Belieber, Wharton, another, cool. I have no issue. If that's our 4 goal going forward, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Adding a fullback to that, I go, all right. And then, of course, it's manager dependent on who the manager is, on what I think they'll be able to get out of the team, etc. And then you go from there, and let's find out about these players. As much as we're talking about these midfielders, how good are they? All right, let's find out.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, swim.
Yeah. Facts. 100%, man. Like it's definitely, for me, it's definitely gonna be at least 3 midfielders needed in the summer. You know what I mean? Whether United get 2 or not is a different question, but 3 is the minimum for me. Like when you actually deep it, like 2, like maybe Stella signings, and then maybe 1 like a Jao Gomez or someone like that that can fill a job. If you can get them 3, yeah, we're cooking in that department. Fullbacks. We've been linked with Nathaniel Brown, I think he's called. But I do believe the fullbacks is not getting the I don't know, the kind of priority it needs, or the I don't know. People realize that Dallo and Shaw next year, bro. Like it's scary, man. I don't think Dallo will be having his what? Let me go check now. Came in 2019, so he's had what? 2019, 2020, 21. Bro, he's been here like how many years now?
Fingers outside. Get the fingers
yeah,
out.
bro. Like, he's been there like
8 years. I think it's like 8 years.
Get the calculator, man. Get the calculator.
8 years, Saeed. Yeah, I was struggling. I ain't gonna lie. It was 8 years.
Like,
8 years.
He's been here too long, man.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo.
He's
every year we're saying Shaw and Delo's going to start. Do you know what I mean? It's been pain. When are we going to get rid of him? Do you know what I mean? It's been the last 4 years we've had to put up with that shit. Like Luke Shaw, the only reason why he's been playing as good as he's playing, we all know why. You know, World Cup year. So yeah, that's the only reason why he's been playing like he's playing. Delo, I mean, we know Delo. Do you know what I mean? You know, if he had as much talent as he's got his confidence, then he'd be a decent player. Bournemouth, you see that shot against Bournemouth, like left the stadium. Like honestly, the way he lives off geeing up the crowd. Do you know what I mean? He lives off, you know, going to the crowd. That's what he does. You know, celebrating when he's made tackles and all that. Delo, just please. Fullback's a position we've needed to sort out now for a long time. I don't know. Lewis Skelly, could that be done?
We have been linked to Lewis Skelly. That one caught me by surprise.
Possibly.
He caught me by. He's a good player. Hey, right price, bring him in. Right price, bring him in.
Arsenal are becoming our feeder club, so you know, clearly tapped into the
signing Hale End product.
Yeah, man.
You know you saying and that.
From Hale End to Carrington.
From Hale End to the Stretford End. That's it, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hale End to the Stretford End. I hear it.
Heaven and Skelly.
Yeah, man. And obviously Cheeto as well.
We got Cheeto.
Cheeto.
Yeah. I fear the worst with the fullbacks because, like I said, you got Happy Ending Shaw. And you've obviously got Passion Merchant, Delo. I mean, listen, I've said it.
You know what? Never mind. No, don't worry about
Happy Ending Shaw. You know
I
that?
don't even know what that means, you know. Like, I don't even want to know.
I told you, Maguire and Shaw giving us the happy ending.
Do you know what I mean?
I told you.
The reason why he was on... Yeah.
I'm not involved, man.
I remember Double A.
Oh, he knows. He knows about the happy ending. Anyway, I just fear the worst.
No. Let me clarify that. No, I don't. No, I don't. Let me just clarify that. No. The words of Saeed, you're gonna need a banner. The words of Double A are the words of Double A, and don't expect to use the Saeed TV. Yeah, we need a banner. Sorry, go on Double A. This guy said, you know,
man, it's mad. But now, honestly, you are. I think you've got to be worried, man. To be honest with you, like you've got to be worried.
I think
in terms of. Dorgu can do something, but would you rely on Dorgu next season as a left back? Like
no, I'd say left winger.
I like him as left winger.
I like him as a left winger. I think he's best. I think we found, like we said the other day, yeah, he came to us.
Crazy, innit?
He came to us playing right wing at Lecce and was doing bits in the right wing at Lecce. Now, I know, again, you can say comparing apples to oranges, Serie A to Premier League.
Mm.
And then he goes and plays left wing against Arsenal, and he's superb. So I think, we've got, I would like to see Amas implemented into the first team squad next season as well, to be honest with you. I think he could be a lot more ready. Again, like you said, in regards to Sekou Kone, let's see him in pre-season. Another loan could work for him. There's no rush with him. But if we was to get a left back, I would be happy if it was the first team left back and then Amas, potentially Dorgu. For me, I like Coyote. I know you're not keen on him, Saeed. I like Coyote.
I'm not sure on Coyote, man.
Is he more a wing back than a fullback, though?
Yeah, but also on the ball, I'm not sure technically if he's the guy. He's a guy that I think, when you're playing.
You have Delo play. You have Delo playing for your team. You can't. He's not going to be worse than Delo, is it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Delo he's not the bar's long, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Delo is like, come on, man. Like,
on double A, I was waiting to say Delo, because the bar's Delo.
You know what I mean?
How low can Delo?
Yeah, there we go. I was waiting. I knew you were saying together. There you go. This guy.
I'm gonna start blaming you for all this. Do you know what I mean?
You're condoning it. Do you know what I mean? Set me up for that. Nah, he set me up.
Blame me. He was thinking about it, yo. I was just like, let's get. I was like, yo, let's get the double out the way, so we can carry on the show. That's why, because I could see his mind going. I could see his mind going. That's what it was. I was like, let's get this shit out of the way so we can carry on talking about it, yo. It's him. Don't blame me for.
Yeah, nah. What was he gonna say something to Ash before that? I just don't know, man. Delo. What would be your option though, Ash, fullback wise?
Fullback wise, I don't know.
What would be your because we're big with this Nathaniel Bayer from Frankfurt. I mean, Lewis Hall costs a lot of money.
Brown, did you say? Nathaniel Brown?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that guy there. Yeah.
So, that guy there.
I don't know. I mean, the market's not really stacked with quality, is it? That's the problem with.
Not, bro.
What has been really scary is we all thought Kirkes would do something coming out of Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? We all thought he'd be half a decent player, and he went to Liverpool, and so it's worrying. You look at Anthony Robinson. At Fulham, again, someone who's he's got the pace and he's got the assists and he's got the numbers, and you look at his ability on the ball, driving the ball forward with the speed, something that we've not seen down that left side for a long time now.
Yeah.
He's someone who would be interested in looking at, but I couldn't tell you. There's not many out there that get me excited fullback wise. You've seen, Pep and almost like a tactical move away from fullbacks, the traditional fullback. You've seen centre backs being played there, so I don't. It's a tough one, really. I like Mazraoui, and I'm not too sure why Carrick's not been playing Mazraoui more. That's been a bit weird for me. Seeing Delo, was he injured against Bournemouth?
He was injured.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's still would have started. Delo still would have started though.
Yeah, it feels like Delo would have started over him. Do you know what I mean? But no, I'm struggling with it. I couldn't give you any names that like I said, get me excited about the fullback position there. I think a lot of the quality fullbacks are getting on now. Do you know what I mean? You look at Napoli's, you look at DeMarco at Inter. They're older, aren't they? Yeah.
Isn't he still only like 27, 28, DeMarco? Because he's more of a wing back, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was older.
I'm sure he's still 27, 28. Dumfries, obviously.
Yeah, I've been linked with him so many times.
Linked with him.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
it is. I do like the fact that the news came out saying we are looking at a left back though. That was because we don't trust Luke Shaw's ability. Like Ash said there, the market isn't the best in regards to you look in the Premier League. Robinson, I thought was very, very good last season. I don't know what happened this season. He's barely played. Like I was just checking out, he's only started 12 matches in the Premier League this season. So again, a Fulham fan would know better than me. If it's injury, did he fall out with the manager?
Yeah, he has had injuries.
Yeah, he's had injuries. That's where so that's concerned. And of course, we've been linked with Juve at West Ham, but it's his first season here. But is he not more?
Wan-Bissaka's kind of decent as well,
I was expecting that from Double A, you know. That was going to be a Double A
never
thing.
for me. Never.
Rubbing off, innit? Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, with Juve, is he not more of a wing back than a fullback?
Nah, he can play fullback as well. He plays
play
fullback.
I'm not mad at it. If we was to go
We linked him Miles Lewis Skelly as well, which is a bit of a weird one.
The thing is, I rate Miles Lewis Skelly. It's just, if we're talking, he's more of a fullback that like inverts. Again,
exactly.
I think I'm not trying to see that. We need someone to overlap and go byline. I'm looking at athlete. We need someone to go byline to byline. Of course, technically good, yes, but we need some pace and power down that side because we're lacking it all over. Go get me a full, because our fullbacks, let's be honest, are useless going forward. They offer nothing going forward whatsoever. We need to add quality in that area. People can say, "Oh, such and such is weak defensively." Cool. That's why you have centre backs and defensive midfielders. Go get me a fullback that offers something. Because our fullbacks, I think, are bottom 5 in the league in regards to offensive.
Do you know who could be a sneaky link? 100%. I think he nearly went to City. Cambiasso from Juventus. I like him as a left back.
Okay.
I think he's really
good. I like him, you know. I do like him.
Wouldn't be too expensive. Clearly fancies the Premier League. Like I said, he nearly went to City a couple of seasons ago. Again, it's somewhat out of the box. You obviously look at, like you said, Ashley said, he's not loads that stand out. But Cambiasso solid, gets a goal, gets an assist, good in the attacking third.
Yeah.
Could be worth a cheeky shout.
I was going to say, that's a good shout, to be fair. That's a very good shout. I think, 100%. You know what it is, though? It's just trying to get them out of there, innit? And sort it out. And the fans not realizing that, you know what, man, fullbacks are kind of a weak point as well. Like, because the wingers, like, they need help, man. They need players that can overlap as well. You know what I mean? Like, not having good overlapping fullbacks, man. Like, you look at PSG, you're looking at top clubs, man. Even like Real Madrid, still their fullbacks overlap. You know what I mean? And
they get forward.
Great, like Frank Garcia and them, man. But they still will overlap and still get around you. And
they still offer something on the ball. Like if I'm managing against Manchester United, I'm saying give their fullbacks the ball, leave them free. They even got they defend themselves. What are Delo and Shaw gonna do going forward? When is the last time we were sat here and was like after a game, hey, Shaw was exceptional going forward today, you know?
Yeah.
He added so much to us in the final third. When's the last time we said that about Delo? And fullbacks are so important in the modern day game. They're supremely important. Whether it's the top level or even if we're talking like mid-table teams, you see the impact that we're like. We're talking here about Juve at West Ham or Coyote at Brentford. You see what those two offer. Robinson, even more so last season at Fulham. Like our fullbacks address it. It needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree in that regards. Guys, can you hit the like button, people, man? Let's get these likes up. The likes are not great right now, so if you could do me a favor, hit the like button. Left wing market, Edai, Bacola, Diamande. They're the three that I'm gonna put out there. Anyone else, it's kind of like it's up to you, man. Whether you think there's any others, like Yildiz. I don't see Yildiz leaving Juventus.
Just not long signed a new contract. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. Just signed a new contract as well. I just don't see that materializing for me personally. But yeah, what are you, man, saying? And Ndai is the option that is probably the safest option. But again, you know, how much would they ask for? Do you think he's the guy that we need? Bacola is the one that I prefer personally for me, an out and out winger. But again, you know, there isn't that feeling that
you sold on Bacola, aren't you?
I'm not saying sold, but I'm like,
did he not get a bad injury though? Has he not got injured?
Yeah, he just got injured right now, hamstring injury.
Injured recently, yeah, he got a bad injury.
Recently. Okay. Recently. Yeah.
For me, you go with them. I'll always go if a player is playing well in the Premier League. I'm gonna go there. So that's why I'd say Ndai. That's me. I don't rate Bacola. I don't know anything about Diamande to comment, to be honest. I ain't watched him.
Yeah.
And Ndai again, price point, but just for the way he packed Chelsea on the weekend, it's like, all right, yeah, cool. I think he's a very, very good player and adds so much needed flair and creativity to it. Like, I'm not going to ever say that's a bad signing. No.
Yeah.
And him and Cunha competing on that side. Again, competition for places. And then you had Dorgu over there as well. And then you got him. You could play as a 10, clearly. And Ndai and Cunha, they're both capable of playing as 10s as well. So, be a good option. But I agree with you in regards to price. What would Everton ask?
Yeah, what would they ask for?
For Brentford, so they'll probably ask for more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shout, you know. Like the thing is with Ndiaye, yeah, like good player, but again, that X factor I think is also missing from his game. But what a goal though it was from him against Chelsea. That was a banging goal, but I don't know if he does it enough. You know what I mean? But then again, you want to simplify your game, innit? Like, you know, he's a good overall winger. You know what I mean? Like,
if you play for Everton, though, you're not going to be able to do it as often as you are.
Yeah.
For a Manchester United, who, you know, will be looking to be the more attacking side, and getting in more positions to play his natural game. I think he's been one again. Obviously their best player, but I think he's been one of the better players in the Premier League this season. Really exciting to watch, and in a time where there's not enough of those players, and we're talking about the entertainers. You know, you see what Cherky was getting just for doing a few kick-ups of the day. Personally, I'm all for that.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
we saw Nani do it on Arsenal's head top. Do you know what I mean? And he's for me one of them players with that expression to play the beautiful game, which is what we all want. I'd have him. I like him again. I agree with both of you. The price point would be crazy because I think they're going to be looking at, you know, well, look what Cunha and Mbeumo went for last summer. I think they'd want something similar to that. As important as the left wing is for us, I think it is under the fullback and midfield positions. I think they're the two priorities for me. So I think we'd have to be looking for some shrewd business, and that I think Diamande would cost them. I think all three of those options would cost similar price for it, anywhere between 60, 70 mil, maybe even a bit more.
That's what I'm saying. I
think we'd be looking for that for all three of them, to be honest with you. So I do like Diamande. I think he had a good AFCON. Him and Ahmad linking up really well. Barcola is, I don't know, he's not really for me. I think, you know, you're looking at, you never get him. I know the chatter are saying Doué and stuff like that. I prefer Doué. And
you're not going to get Doué now.
Nah, you're not.
He's not a winger, is he, Doué? He's more of a 10. Like, it has to be more central.
Yeah. He does, but I think he can play out there, and I think he just, it's just a fabulous football player, isn't he? But yeah, Barcola for me, it's not. It's a tricky. I think that's probably it's probably the trickiest of all the ones we're talking about. Trickier than the striker position. I think trickier than
I agree.
Fullback and midfield.
Who would have thought?
I think you're buying.
Go on.
You're buying a sub really, because Cunha, that's his spot in it. Really, you know, you're not going to buy someone who's going to be starting over Cunha. I know you like to say you want to buy someone.
I don't think he is his position, mate. I think he's having to play there now. But I think we need a specialist, and I think I someone in the chat mentioned it before, and I do have a sneaky suspicion that Bruno might still go this summer. You know,
no way, man. Especially if we get.
I don't know, brother. I don't know. You know,
I don't think he leaves. I genuinely don't.
I think he stays. I think he stays.
Yeah, he's gonna stay, bro. He's gonna stay, man.
Try not to cry about that, flawless, obviously.
No, I don't think he leaves, bro. Especially now.
I hope that.
One summer, Casemiro and Bruno leaving in one summer. Like, no chance, bro. The fan base will go into meltdown, man. You know what I'm saying?
We got rid of Insius and Kanchelskis in one summer once, mate.
Yeah, that is true. But that was because Fergie knew that he could, you know, start again with the brilliance of Fergie, innit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Unless someone was to offer some astronomical big fee, then I know United let him go as well. Because one thing was United were like, oh, we want you to stay, basically. You know what I mean? And he was saying that as well. So yeah, I just don't think it happens. And also, to be honest with you, that means we've got to find another attacking midfielder on top of that. There's too many things to do, man. You know what I mean, bro?
But does it though? Because if we get the left winger, and we've stuck with Ahmad, and then not Ahmad, sorry, we've stuck with Mount, and we've got Ahmad there. We've got
Mount. Oh my god,
that's what I mean. But Mount's going nowhere, is it? I'm saying we're stuck with Mount.
Mount's got to go somewhere. He got to go.
I don't think even if we wanted Mount to stay and like he's not.
He gotta go, man. He gotta go.
No, he has to go. I agree, but he's not stay fit and available anyway. He's always injured.
Yeah, true.
He's not an option.
True.
Mount don't like legit. Mount don't. When's the last time Mount stayed fit and we've seen him? Like,
if you look at it,
he's
in the squad. He's in the squad, so they're not going to add on top of him, are they? They're just going to keep him, and then
I think they'd replace him. I think they'd go again. If Bruno was to leave, which I don't think happens, we sign somebody.
Nah.
Even if it is a
Yeah.
left winger and then you push Cunha central. But
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think if we get if Bruno went, it'd be a left winger. Yeah, that's what I think happens.
But I think I don't think he goes anywhere, to be honest.
I hope not. I genuinely hope not. I have a weird feeling that maybe he might, but I think that might depend on his World Cup. He's best player in the Premier League right now, so you never know.
Yeah, I just think for me personally, right now, you got to just keep Bruno for another year, and then focus on that the next summer after. Because the summer after, you probably I reckon next summer we'll be just tying out with certain things and whatnot, and just making sure we just 1 or 2 signings here and there. But this summer, just got to get what you need, essentials, innit? You feel me? Like, that's why I would look at
man. Essentials.
Yeah, essentials, man. But left winger, man, it's gonna be. But Sancho's obviously leaving in the summer. But it's mad to think, like, how much wingers have we actually splashed on in the last couple of years? When was our last success as a winger? Be honest, man, them winger wise.
Would you say Ahmad? But
Ahmad's still developing, man. Still learning.
I'd say he's been, even though he's like, no, he needs to add to GNA. Do I look at Ahmad so far and say you've done well? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like I feel like Ahmad's kind of way he's gone to Man United. It's like he's had to develop at Sunderland. He's had to get here. I feel like he's still proving himself to be the guy. I think people are still not ready to be like, oh, Ahmad's the guy. I see it online. But I still think people question marks over Ahmad.
But the question was, who's been the best success? Who's been the best? He's not the best he can be. But of the players we've bought that play on the wing,
franchise signing, we bought it for 20 million at 18. I'm talking about Sancho, them players that have come in for big money and be like, yo, our last winger that's coming and be like, you know what, man, that has been a success. Have United done well in terms of
it stank when you think about it. Di Maria, Sanchez, Anthony, Sancho. Like, we spent a lot of money and they've all stank.
A lot of money, bro.
It's probably Tony Valencia. That's probably
you know what? That's most areas in the pitch.
But wingers is what?
Like I was watching the Good, the Bad, the Football podcast, with Button Scholes. And,
big up, man.
Yeah, and the last episode they put out, and at the end, Paddy McGuinness did a quiz, and he was like, the top 10 most expensive Manchester United signings. And as they was trying to guess them, and as they was guessing them, horrible. When you look at the money we spent, Hoyland's in there, Anthony's in there, Di Maria's in there, Sancho was a failure in there. Like, it was horrible. It's not just wingers; it's everywhere. This is why we've been bad for so long, because we haven't recruited well. And then because we haven't recruited well, you then have to recruit again to rectify them areas where you get it wrong, and it's just been a shit show. But we managed to turn it. It's been better the past couple of years. But I would class Ahmad as a success, and I believe Cunha will be as well. And I believe in
but it's like he's saying though. It's like statement signing a player who's come in for that position, because Ahmad was bought as a grower, whereas we've not actually signed the winger
and not a shower. Is that what you're saying?
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, that's your fault. That's your fault. You set him up, man.
Yeah,
you set him up, man. You set him up for that.
We just wingers doesn't seem to be have worked for us for the past like almost 20 years now. Do you know what I mean? It's one area where we've really struggled. And Burmo, even signing him there, we're putting him as a striker. We can't seem to get wins there. So
is he a winger as well, man? Like, would you class Mbeumo as a winger?
Is he a striker? No, he's not a striker, is it?
So we gotta see him as a winger, even though he's playing striker. You saying you don't like him as a striker, so he's got to be a winger.
I don't really like him on the wing as well, guys. I'll be honest.
So what is he? You're just saying he's a positionless player.
You know what it is? I feel like we can't judge Mbeumo until we get a proper right back that's going to overlap and be a constant threat on that side and give a bit of balance. I do believe especially like the players that we brought in. Like, I remember Cunha when he's on the left here. I don't know if you remember Aït-Nouri, but like Aït-Nouri was up and down the left hand side. And almost like you got them in, like he came inside and done what he did. You're looking at him at Brentford. You've got someone overlapping him.
That, man.
You get what I'm trying to say to you, bro? Like,
yeah, I hear you,
it's
man. This guy, child joke.
I know what he's doing. But right now, would you want to see Mbeumo as a wide winger now?
No. If he's on the right, I'm cool with Mbeumo as a right-sided winger. Yes.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to give me. Again, people will say, "Oh, he doesn't give you enough on the ball and but then he gives you output." But then people say Ahmad gives you everything on the ball, but then not enough output. Like, players have weaknesses. Unless you've got a world-class player who's just quality all around, they're going to. This is why it's a team game. I think a fullback does help him. Yes, you mentioned Cunha at Wolves. Aït-Nouri added to his game. Yes, and Mbeumo, even though it wasn't really a right back going past him, Visa helped his game. So they are, as attackers, all going to help each other's game type of thing. This is why our fullbacks, we need to get fullbacks in to help our wide players. Because then maybe they can isolate their fullback. And one thing about Mbeumo is I trust him in terms of getting goals. And he scored in big games as well. He scored against everyone in the Big Six, bar Chelsea, and he won a penalty in that game. So,
yeah.
And home and away. Scored at the Emirates, scored at Anfield, scored at OT against both City and Spurs as well. So you're getting key goals as well, whether it's winners or the equalizer or the first goal in the game, etc. So, yeah, Mbeumo's the right winger. And if it's Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko, that's our front three going forward. Yeah. I go, yeah, cool. I trust that to get goals and assists and winners games. And then you add Bruno into the mix and then whoever after that. Ahmad as well. What you say?
Yeah.
I don't know who's backing them up, like you said.
Yeah,
those extra tools to make them click. You know what I mean? It can't just say could everybody just be down to them three. It's what's supplementing and supporting. No? Massively important. That's what lets us down. Yeah, 100%.
That's why you add the midfielders as well with a better team. If you have a better team, because people keep talking about individuals and numbers and no, it's about the team. That's where it is. That's why if you improve the midfield, they get the ball forward earlier and then they work more. If you have a midfield that controls games more, you have more possession, which gives you more chances to get attacks, which then increases your chances of scoring goals. But this is why, again, it's a massive summer. It's our biggest summer since the last summer.
You know, look decent. Who's that Letty fullback? Right, scored a scream at the weekend against Madrid. I like the look of him. He looked decent.
Molina.
Yeah.
Molina. He's a decent option, you know. I don't know how old is he. I think he's like mid to late 20s. I think.
Molina
is 27.
I can't say much.
27. He's 27, so it'll be 28.
Yeah, 28.
A bit too much for him.
You got Ryerson from Dortmund. I do believe, you know what it is? I don't mind buying a bit of an older fullback in a sense. Like, you don't have to buy young fullbacks. I think you can go and get, like, you know, a bit more older if you need to as well. But yeah, in terms of the wingers right now, I think Mbeumo and Cunha we're bought for Amran's system. This is the problem that we kind of low key, like, I'm not saying that we can't play them next year. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, they were bought for them 2 inside 10s. Like, you know what I mean? And then obviously now, when everyone's watching them now, they're like, oh, they're not really
that's true.
a little bit, you know what I mean?
So you play them as inside forwards?
Yeah. But then a whole, yeah, I get it, but
that's why you get fullbacks who overlap. You get fullbacks who overlap. We knew what we was getting. They are goal scoring, cut inside forwards. That's what they do. Even if they're playing out wide, like, that's what their MO is, to get goals. Cunha's a little bit more pass first than Bruno, but their aim is to get goals. Cunha's a little bit more flair and skill, and Mbeumo's more brute force and strength. But it's a good combination to have. Like, that's why we wanted to sign him, and they paid dividends so far this season. So it's not ideal, but again, fullbacks is key. And then who the 9 is? Is it going to be Sesko? Do they go and get another 9 that's similar? Because with those two, a Xerxes profile fits better. If you are playing in Mbeumo and Cunha as inside forwards, a Xerxes profile fits better. Like Firmino with Mane and Salah, for example. Not saying that of that trio's level, no. I'm talking from a profile perspective. But then again, does the manager want to play that way? Maybe the manager wants him out playing wider. Yeah, go on, Ash.
Sorry for us. I mean, it feels like the manager doesn't like the profile of Sesko. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he does what he does prefer. Mbeumo there, doesn't he? You know, he prefers that short
fluid front three
play. Yeah, he wants exactly. He wants fluid front three. So that's a worry in itself for Sesko going forward, and you know, on what we do.
He might not be here though. He might not even be here next season. No,
that's the thing.
Carrick.
The manager gonna be. Yeah, who's going to be the manager? Is it going to be
It's
Carrick?
looking like it's going to be him now.
You know what it is?
There's been no talks for anyone else.
I can't gauge it with these lot.
It's early
When it comes to the managerial side, they've done so much fugazi things that never in a million years I would have thought they would have done back to back to back in regards to their decisions. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a mad one, isn't it, stupid?
If he gets Champions League, though, and we see him with Ratcliffe now, obviously his ass is on the floor, isn't it? Because he paid for all the fans to travel to Brentford. He's trying to claw back the good PR. So if Carrick gets us third, decent enough, you know what I mean? Does it to appease the fans? Look, just like Woodward did with Ollie. Let's get him on side. Let's make him love me. Carrick, manager and all that. Personally, I don't know. I'm still taking it game by game. Has he got enough to get us up? I'd still take him over any other Premier League manager outside the big ones, obviously, at the moment. But if you're offering me Luis Enrique or Xavi, I'm snapping your hand off, I think.
You know what it is, though, man? It's one of them ones where, like, unless he finishes the season, and we kind of like understand where we're at right now, I don't think Jim Racker's going to do anything right now. But you are right for all it's like, you just don't know, do you? What's he going to do? What's going to happen? Like, you don't, like, nobody knows. Like, he could just come out of it and say, yo, I want this manager here, Eddie Howe. I want that manager. I'm not saying that he's going to want them, but he might just do a madness and just throw a curveball. You know what I mean? And we're not all ready for it. But the easiest thing to do right now is to give Carrick a job. But then again,
sorry to go you off, Saeed. I put nothing, but who not, like, if someone would have said they would have done the things they've done with Ten Hag and Amorim, I would have told you no chance.
Yeah.
I would have told you, Amorim going to finish 15th and they're going to keep him. I'd have told you smoky. I asked you if you're on crack. And they didn't. Like, for real. Someone would have said, they're going to keep Ten Hag after assessing him for a month. And I would have told you again that you are literally on Class A drugs. And they did it. Like, and the list goes on and on and on and on of things that they did that someone would have told me. It sounds like a crazy person in the chat, super chatting these things. That's how outlandish it sounds, and it became reality. And they consistently did this in regards to the managerial side of things. Played like recruitment, A1. But when it comes to the managerial side of things, stinks. And this is why it's very concerning for me. Like, they have to get this right, and I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they don't know what they're going to do as of right now. Because of Carrick, because he's done much better than expected.
Yeah, it's in the balance.
So the balance, it really is.
Would any of you say this scenario? So Ancelotti has a shit World Cup with Brazil, leaves. Yeah. We bring in Ancelotti for 3 seasons only. Carrick is his number 2 to build him up, and then pass on the baton and say 3 years, get us steady, get us stable, consistent Champions League, challenging for the league, and then he passes over 3 years. Would any of you take that?
Even though Ancelotti's extended at Brazil, yes. Ancelotti.
Yeah, he's extended till 2030. So
yeah, well, if he has a shit World Cup and they go out of the groups or they get knocked out early, he ain't staying, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Listen, you know what? Valid point. Even though you're over there at Carnival kissing up on 3 women, but that's a whole different conversation.
Living the dream, man.
Living life. Yo, I thought
and he can't get out at Manchester Carnival, you know? Is that what you're saying, brother? Yeah.
Yo, I've never seen that at Manchester Carnival. Where you need to tell me what's
you ain't going in the right places, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Yo, where's the right places at Manny Carnival, double A? Bring me in. What are we talking about?
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think for me, it's one of them ones where this guy here is funny. Big up Jason. Man United should look at David Healy. He's done a good job at Linfield. I shout out David Healy, man. He was a good striker back in his day.
Did make it as a player. He ain't gonna make it as a manager.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. I think I've got a feeling Ash doesn't want Carrick, you know, as manager, and he wants a
me. Whoa! No, I'm all right with Carrick. I'm all right with Carrick.
If someone came up to you now and said, "Yo, we got a I don't know, man, a Nagelsmann," you know, on that. You know what I mean? Like, is it a case of like, are you uninspired? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm very uninspired, man, from the manager.
Yeah, I think that's the right word there. Uninspired. I like Carrick. Listen, maybe I'm expecting too much, but I was expecting a little bit more you know, a little bit more. Not okay. The start you can't complain, but you know, he seems to be having the same problem that Middlesbrough fans had with him. He's got one way, and that's it with him. Do you know what I mean? He's not changing enough for me, and he's not figuring out the moments in games where it is getting a little bit tight. You know, he doesn't adjust enough, quick enough. It just feels like we've got another manager who's learning on the job, and you know, is United the place to really be learning on the job? I'm not a fan of Ancelotti. At the moment, it just seems like he's the best person available for where we're at right now, and that's just where we're at, unfortunately, with what's going on in European football with managers wise. I mean, that would all change if we got Luis Enrique. I mean, you get Luis Enrique, and I've said this time and time again, he is the next big manager to come to the Premier League. He's the next big Premier League winning manager. I said it last time I was on show a couple of weeks ago. Luis Enrique feels like what happened before Pep came and before Klopp came to the Premier League. It felt like you knew he was going to be top 1, 2. That was it. And if you could sell the project, I think it's an easy project to sell to Luis Enrique. And if he doesn't come to us, he's going to City. So there's that danger of us. We're going to lose a manager here that's going to go to City, and again we're going to be sat there just watching out how great they are. So it's dangerous. I think we've got to do everything we possibly can to try and get Enrique. You know, we've got to give him the big sell. We've got to give him as much as he wants. We've got to give him loads of control. You know, Omar Barada hopefully is some kind of connects there. I'm not too sure if there was any overlapping when Omar Barada was there and Luis Enrique. You know, there's that potential for a bit of a relationship there, and the power that Luis Enrique would have, because, you know, he's not got that kind of power at PSG. PSG generally, you know, he's being dictated to what they want from him. So, but Carrick, I like Carrick. I think he's good. I think he's good for where we're at right now. But do I see him as a Premier League winning manager? Do I see him as a Champions League winning manager? Because that's what you got to be looking at, really. You got to be looking at managers that can get us to the promised land. Right. You know,
the problem is, though, Ash, you mentioned it there. I don't think any of the managers are that.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Only
Enrique. I think Enrique
yes,
is.
That's what I'm saying. No. I agree. Only Enrique. I'm saying outside of him, I agree. Like the rest of them, I look at that. I think they're all good managers and have their skill sets are good and there's pros, but I don't look at any of them and go, "You're a Premier League or Champions League winning manager."
Do you not think Xavi could be?
It's a risk, isn't it?
It's a risk, man.
No, I don't see it with Xavi.
I think it's less of a risk than any others.
I don't see it with Xavi, no, personally.
For me, to compare,
his European spell worried me. You know, the way he played in Europe. I mean, don't get me wrong, the squad building was incredible, and the way he uses youth players, bringing in Kabassi and Pedri and a few of the others, Gavi and all that. I do appreciate that. And but say again.
I just like Fermin Lopez. I'll just name another.
Yeah.
No, I hear it. For me, like I very happy to say I was never going to jump off the ledge. I still suffer massive PTSD from Ollie. So with Carrick, it was get us to the end of the season, and I think we need to remember exactly where we were before we come in. I mean, we was in hell, guys.
We was hell. That's what I'm saying.
But you say we were in. But sorry, you say we were in hell, but we all knew just a couple of tweaks and we'd be shooting up the table. Like that was clear and obvious to most of us, and it was confusing and baffling why this madman was holding on to a midfield 2 and a back 3.
I hear that, but then the squad is still a bit shit. It's not great. Do you know what I mean? And I think Carrick's done well with what he's got. I'm still not backing most of this squad. Like we were talking before, you take away that first 11, and the bench is shit. The bench is like bottom half Premier League for me personally. So I think he's doing a great job. Yes, there's a lot of question marks over him, but then his only job has ever been Middlesbrough, and he's a very young manager still. He's still learning massively. Like I said, shouldn't be learning on the job. I agree with you, Ash, on that one. Similar, and it's everything I used to say about Amorim. Amorim's first ever troubles were at Manchester United. He'd never had problems in Portugal, and when he found the problems, he couldn't handle it and he couldn't get himself out of it. Carrick, for me, there's been more positives of him getting himself out of trouble than there is negatives. You see the last minute winners, the last minute equalizers.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the Arsenal one's the best example for me. 2-2 and he's thrown on a striker. Go and get the win. We are now in a situation similar to Liverpool where when they brought Klopp in, they were struggling. How do we get out of this and become Liverpool again and become challengers again? And they did the right thing. They went and got one of the best managers in European football. Everything Ashley's saying is exactly how I feel. We need to be looking at the next big world-class manager and saying, we need you now to lead this project to get us back.
Who do you think that is?
Has to be Enrique. There's only one option.
Yeah, I'm with you on Enrique. But let's say hypothetically Enrique is unavailable, because I believe he is unavailable. Who is it after him?
I would say Xavi. I think it has to be Xavi. I think they're the two for me. I used to like Nagelsmann, but then Nagelsmann's choices at the minute. I don't know if you've seen that Germany squad. And he's bringing in Goretzka, who's barely played for Bayern, and he's cutting out players that Leeds midfield or whatever it was. He's just making odd decisions. And as much as I like him, again, I don't think he's in that bracket of world class. If it was a partnership of Carrick and Ancelotti, I'd take Ancelotti. I think Ancelotti would come in and would steady the ship. And set us on the right path, almost like a Van Gaal, but better, and not as sort of older and stuff like that. I just think my only ever worry is the owners, because I don't think they think like we do, or they don't think like football people, and they don't realise what we need to do to become the best again in the world. That's what we need to be looking at now, and getting top 3 is fantastic from where we were in Jan. Top 3, but it's where we go from there. And you know, we could talk about this massive rebuild, but and hopefully it's different in Ineos. But we know under previous seasons when we got Champions League is when the Glazers don't really spend money. So when we're out of Europe, that they go and spend all the money. So we're almost hoping now that that trend changes this summer. And we know it needs to in certain instances because of the midfield. But we're already catching up to Arsenal and to City. And Chelsea, if you really think about what they've bought, we are catching up, even though they're not as good. We need a massive summer this season to start closing the gap to even look to challenge, not even to look to win the league.
Yeah,
because to do that,
you're right.
You need an elite manager, one of the best 2 in the world, to take us onto this next stage of Manchester United becoming Manchester United again.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, Carrick could maybe take us as far as, I don't know, maybe 3rd. But then I'm not gonna lie, if he has a good team, Carrick here, sometimes, you know, that might just be the thing where he needs like to say, you know what, man, I don't need to do a lot here. Just manage. Like Slot didn't do a lot of tactics last season, but now look at him. Like, the way he's doing this season.
He's doing too much, man. Yeah, you try to add too many ingredients, yo.
Yeah, do you know what I mean, broski? So I look at Carrick and I'm like, imagine Carrick has 3 midfields in the summer, left back, left winger, and a striker. Boy, with a Bruno in the 10 as well still. Like he might be able to cook, you know, with that, you know. And then all of a sudden, you're looking at, you know what I mean, like Premier League, you know, title challenges and that. Who knows? But I don't think there's that special manager that guaranteed that, I don't know, and Nagelsmann deserve it coming to this Man United team and we're competing for some. I think I generally look at it now, I'm like, I don't want to have that kind of like that imagination anymore where I think that Nagelsmann and De Zerbi are that guy to think that they're gonna take Man United back to the glory days. I just don't think
it depends. Yeah, it depends on what if you think that. I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying with that. I get that.
We need to look away from the hipster managers. I'm sick of hipster managers. Like we've had 2 in a row now.
Yeah,
and it's just fucked us up. I don't want no more hipsters drinking lattes out of jugs and all this shit.
What? Wait, who drank a latte out of a jug? What did I miss?
No. But that's the kind of shit they do in the Northern Quarter, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like
the Northern Quarter.
Yo, shout, wait, what part of the Northern Quarter are you in that people are drinking lattes out of jugs?
Bro,
what's going on?
Talking about, yo,
you go. You go on another quite. You're gonna see someone drinking a latte out of a fucking.
I like
I'm
no,
telling you,
a good place to go out. No, I've not.
The best.
Yo, man, shout out to the terrace and that, man. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah,
decent
terrace,
you know what? Shout out to the terrace. Yes, shout out to the terrace.
decent.
2022s and that, you know about 2022.
Yeah.
Was it Hula Tiki Bar and that?
Yeah.
That's
that's towards the end of the night when everyone else closes.
Yeah, that's when we close. Yeah.
I mean, you just go Hula at the end, man. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just saying, I don't want no more hipsters. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying no to Deserbi. Who do you put in that? Do you put Deserbi and Nagelsmann in that bracket?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Interest with you. That's all. I hear it. Trust.
Because the thing with this, Deserbi has like this weird cult following. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's like,
weird.
Should have got him. Should have got him after
Deserbi. Yeah, true.
That's this weird cult, and for me, the danger with him is him trying to bring back a certain person. Do you know what I mean? And
I get you. I understand that.
Yeah, that's true, man. Big up to Singers King. And we appointed Amarin, but Amarin came so randomly. Like he just all of a sudden, boom. Ten hour got sacked. We were like, yeah, man, bring Amarin, man. It's all good.
Because he looked like
now that we don't want it. It's good.
But because we looked at it like Double A mentioned it, if you don't go and get a world-class manager, you're looking for the next one. People keep saying world-class managers outside of Enrique. Let's say I don't think he leaves PSG. So let's move him to the side and say he's unavailable. What world-class managers are available?
Yeah.
Who?
For real.
How many world-class managers are there out there just in general? So
Enrique is the only one right now.
You got Enrique, you got Ancelotti had put in that bracket, but he's just extended. You got Pep, who's at City. That is it. Who are these world-class managers?
You could say, I mean, it's an argument, but Diego Simeone and Conte, those would never have because of the the style of play.
You would say Hansi Flick? You would say Hansi Flick?
Okay, I'd put Hansi Flick. Yes, definitely Hansi Flick. At Barcelona, probably going nowhere. So all the ones the reason why I wouldn't say Conte, because his record in Europe is horrible. His record in Europe stinks. It is dread. Like the fact he is the biggest false image I think out of managers ever. I don't know if it's because he's passionate on the touchline, because I think he has like two knockout tie wins in his whole career or something like that. Bear in mind, he's been at good teams. They just finished 30th with Napoli. And people just overlook it. Let us be in the Champions League and finish 30th next season and see the conversation. And that's Michael Carrick. This is Conte, who's supposed to be miles clear and one of the best. I agree. Flick, yes. Ancelotti, Pep, Enrique, Simeone, I put in there as well. That's fine. You could say Simeone. None of them are available. No. Hey, on the cusp. You know what I'm saying? He's getting close, man. Nah, he sits at a different table. He better than them all. And he's not available as well. Just for shits and giggles, we'll throw Arteta in there. He's unavailable too. So we'll throw Arteta. So again, to the chat, who are these world-class managers that are out there? Please let me know. Please. Let me know. Let us know in the chat. Who are the world-class managers that are available that we can go and get? Because I'm all for Enrique, yes. But I don't think he's available. So you have to take a risk somewhere. Whoever it is.
Yeah, I agree. A couple of super chats I have come in. Is Bruno G. Baleba Reed Diamande a good summer? Who's Reed? You'll have to let me know who that one is. But yeah, that right there, that'll be need some more though, Michael. Can't lie to you. Need some more. Yeah, Just Waffle says, I think we can't get Enrique. We should just work on continue to build. Frustrating, but we've already said we need 7 to 8 players. Gonna take well more than a window. We'll more than 1 year. Yeah, I agree. I think if you buy players, I can take Carrick as a manager. I really can. If you go and get me 7 to 8 players, boy, I don't think anybody's talking about managers then, bro. You got a super team then, bro. You got a team that needs to function with a manager that's like, just can be a novel. A novice, you know what I mean? Like it could be if a guy that can just come out of nowhere, you know what I mean? So I feel like you can get away with that. I really can. Guys, a big shout. What about Slot? He did win the Premier League. Nah, not any scouts are not welcomed. You know what I mean?
He's staying there anyway. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on a world-class manager. He's unavailable. There you go.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Thomas Frank. No, we're not having that conversation with what's it called?
Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank, you know what I mean? We've gone. caliber managers though now. We've gone past them caliber managers now. We need to be looking.
That's lucky for you, Saeed, that, isn't it? Lucky for you.
Oh, it is what it is. Tottenham are a disgrace, man. You can't
He
be.
did a good job now. Thomas Frank, I get it.
Oh, nah. Come on.
I mean, it's true though. You can't be bro. Come on, man. Thomas Frank was bad for Tottenham, yeah. But what's changed? What's changed though? Like under two though, it's rubbish. The team's rubbish.
It's too far gone. That's why he won a trophy with it. No, he didn't win a trophy. That was Ange.
No, it was Ange. It was Ange. Yeah.
But I knew that was coming. I saw that coming. I didn't think he was. The thing is with them, it's weird, yeah, because he deserved. It's like Moyes. He deserved a shot at a big job.
Yeah.
But when they get there, they crumble. And that's why I said Frank would be another Moyes at Man United. It would have swallowed him up. Absolutely whole.
I agree.
But that was the right jump to make, though. To go from Brentford to Spurs was the right to see how, and you've realized, hey, you know what? I'm not at this level, and then you drop back down. We've seen it with Moyes and us. Moyes went back, West Ham, won a Conference League, went back to Everton. There's been some managers are just good for that level. Some managers are very good Premier League, mid-table, upper table, like lower table managers. So managers.
All right, so who are the managers that can make that step up? Sorry to sort flawless. Because you know what? Iriola. I look at Iriola and I feel like there's a manager there that has the potential.
Yes. Glasner, because the back three's been spoiled, and that's not his fault. I just don't like Glasner now solely for the back three. There's nothing to do with him.
No.
Amorim spoiled it for all back three managers. I can't stand it. That simply I'm scared. Go on.
You look at what Seski's doing at Como as well. Do you know what I mean? And there's that potential for the futures. These managers.
He just got there, isn't it? Yeah, you just want to see how he kicks on. But has he done well so far? There, yeah. But Iriola right here, I'm a fan of Iriola. I am. But can he make the jump up? I don't know.
Yeah, as much as that, I like the potential in these managers. Like we need pedigree. That's the only thing for me now. We need numbers on the board. Do you know what I mean? Like shout out to Pusha T. Numbers on the board, man. That's what I need to see.
Yeah.
Well, saying that the Double A, we've got that manager already. We've got a manager who's unproven. So why would you it's a sidestep in it? Do you know what I mean? It's not as if we're not moving up. It's a sidestep. Yeah. So you might as well just go with Carrick for now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I take him at the moment outside of those Pep and whoever. I wouldn't take another Premier League manager over Carrick because you might as well see out what he can do. And again, learning on the job, whatever. But the one thing stacked in his favour is that he's an actual coach, unlike Ollie, but he knows the club inside out. He knows the values of the club.
Yeah.
We've seen it in certain games.
He's got pedigree as well.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But I think he comes with a certain amount of credit in the bank, which allows him to almost have 9 lives and see his way through. Whereas Iriola comes and starts, if he started to have bad games like Carrick or, was struggling in certain games, fans are on his back immediately. We saw it with Amorim. Very unforgiving, very, very quick. Some of the fans, rightly so. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Very, very unforgiving, very quick. So I think Iriola probably wouldn't be afforded that luxury, and Glasner wouldn't be afforded that luxury. Carrick has been, but he's getting the results to back it up, and he's getting us where we need to be. And I still think, for me, it's too soon. So next season, the summer, we need to be looking at what's next in terms of this. As much as it's going to be a rebuild and it's going to be another project, it needs to be a project spearheaded by pedigree and not by hope.
Yeah. Enrique to City says he says Xabi Alonso to pull kickstarts a new era, and Iriola Jason says we'll probably go back to Bilbao. I heard he's going to Palace, man. I heard Palace are keen on Iriola, which
that makes sense. Yeah, it's not. I think Palace are a bigger club than Bournemouth.
But they're on a rebuild, though. He sold most of the squad.
But I think they can offer him more than what Bournemouth can.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What does he go? Does he wait for the Spurs job?
I thought it was official Ancelotti, man. Yeah, I don't think he's got he don't want the stress, man, of another club job, man. I think he's done in terms of jobs in Europe and just, I think he's just going to chill.
Yeah, it says it's set to extend. But that was that was last week. It said set to extend. So we gonna extend, man.
He gonna extend, man.
He at Carnival kissing on 3 different women. He ain't leaving, man. He's not leaving. He
And then
enjoying
he's gonna
life
win,
over there.
and he's gonna win the World Cup as well. So let's remember.
Yeah, and he probably going, yes,
for
and
real.
there's the potential for that of him winning the World Cup. They could. I'm all for it. I'm a big fan of. Maybe he wins the World Cup and goes, hey, you know what? Announces on the pitch he's joining Manchester United. We can all dream. We can all dream.
Yeah, for real, 100%. I agree with you, man. So I don't know, man. Like I said to you, it's gonna be an interesting summer, but it's gonna be a big summer as well, man. United, like, I genuinely, like, I know everyone's got their own problems, but United this summer we can't afford to f up. But I just worry with the World Cup there, everyone's gonna get distracted, realize shit. You know what I mean? It's like when you got like your homework and that you leave it last minute or your revision. United go maybe do that, and that's the worry. You got to go early summer. That first 2 weeks here after the season end is big, man.
Saeed, you gonna be on their case. We ain't gonna worry about that. You have a powerful enough voice and a powerful enough platform. I know you're not gonna let up in the summer. You ain't gonna get caught up in the World Cup.
Transfer window. What is it? Let me see. When does it start? Summer 2026.
June 10th? Is that June 10th?
15th of June. What the hell?
Yeah, because they added
late,
groups.
man.
Yeah, because they added groups. That's what they added. Isn't it going to like Group L? It's like the old school Europa League, the World Cup. It's 48 teams, isn't it?
And it closes on the 31st of August this year.
Oh, you're talking about the window? I thought you were talking about the World
Cup.
Cup.
Window, yeah. 15th of June. That's a bit mad. Last year it was earlier than that. Last year we had 2 windows, didn't we? We had one and then
business, though. But you can still do business even when the window's not open.
Yeah, you can do, but that is very, very odd. That I can't lie to you, man.
That does seem late. That
does seem late, innit? You know what I mean? Because then World Cup starts, so I don't understand why they would do that. Really and truly, companies doing well. Basilio, he says companies doing well at buying. Stick with Carrick and improve recruitment. Recruitment alone will take us very far. That's what I've been saying, broski. That's what I literally said. Recruitment will take Man United far, like beyond needing a manager. Because that's the problem. We like prevention is a cure, right? Like that's the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like do that first, rather than look towards getting the doctor to fix everything. Like try and find preventive measures, and that is the recruitment. You do that, you might not need a world-class manager. You might not need it. You might not.
Look at Company in the Premier League. He was strangling his players on the training ground. So I'm not hearing that. He could deal with the stress, man. Could deal with the stress.
That's crazy.
He was.
By the way, just before we go, the Old Trafford is not going to be complete till 2035. By the way, that's what we're hearing. Wow.
Yo, these
and it's also going to be probably funded by private. But like, guys, man, like, be honest, like, do you think this is going to be built? Like, do you really think it's going to be built like this Old Trafford?
Not by these. I think by then my hope is by then they'll have been bought out.
Yo, big up my guy, man. Ant79. 10 memberships. Yo,
that's crazy.
Man like Ant, man, he's always going mad with the memberships, man. You know what I mean? So, yo, if you lot got a listen, Ant might be the one that's a private investor. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ant, bro. You get me? But yeah, big up to all the new members. Let me just give a shout out to the members. HTV, Archid, Don Tape, BMT, Rings, John Davison, Tongue Cheek comment, Clayu, Flobby Wampus, Alex Davies. I mean, these names are crazy, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say them names is mad, Joe.
Yeah,
big up the big members.
Big up the Waffle Bros, man. We're called the Waffle Bros. You know what I'm saying?
Waffle Bros. That's what we're going by, man. The Waffle Bros.
The Waffle Bros. You know what I'm saying?
But shout out to the Biryani Bandits, man.
Yeah, bro, 100%. And also big up to Ghost St. Patrick, who's still alive right now. You get me?
Yeah, man. Yo, Ghost.
He's still alive, man.
Grave, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, man, like James St. Patrick.
James St. Patrick, you know, my brother, you know.
You're a prick, but we miss you, man.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
We do miss you, man. There's gonna be a series where him and Tommy, when they were younger, it's gonna come.
Oh yeah, Power Origins. Yeah. They're doing a prequel. Mm-hmm. Yeah. After the next season of Raising Canaan, they're doing the origin story. That shit gonna be fire.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be, just to give you the final update here. It just says here, Manchester United have confirmed the 100,000 seats in Old Trafford will be financed privately, and a positive conversation with potential investors and stakeholders are ongoing. I mean, stakeholders is a bit of an interesting one. That one, like, does that mean that Helios are looking to maybe, you know what I mean? Say that. You can't afford it.
It's just gonna be the biryani bowl or something daft like that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Stupid name, man.
And also, it's gonna be like American style where you buy your season ticket, like you just buy it, like you might have to buy it for like 40,000. You know what I mean, or whatever it is for like.
You buy the rights to your season ticket. You
can buy the seat as well as the ticket, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it might be a bidding war, man. You might see someone trying to buy double A's tickets, man, and be like, "Yo, I want where double A's sitting, bro." You get me, like. You know what I mean?
I might be dead by 2035, so it don't really matter. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck, yo.
Hopefully you're alive, man. Hopefully you're alive.
Hey, you never know. Yeah, you never know.
Jeez,
I'm not planning anything. I'm just saying, like, I could step out my house. Hey, I might be.
You want part of an important team, man. It can't be just be the waffle, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's bros. Don't leave me out here by myself. You know what I'm saying? You die before me, I'm gonna kill you myself, man. Don't do that shit.
But I might be at Old Trafford and then get an accidental headbutt off Maguire. I'm brown bread. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. So I just don't know, man. I really don't know as to what's gonna happen for me personally. But what I will say is though, it's just like, yo, it's making me feel like though, with Old Trafford though, man, we will miss it though. Like, you know what I mean? Like
100%.
Like we will miss Old Trafford. As much as they call it, you know, rats and all of this leaky roof, like Old Trafford is still Old Trafford, man. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you have it too modern, you're gonna lose the soul of what, you know what I mean, Old Trafford created. So
the history goes.
History, yeah, bro. All of that.
What you don't want, as much as I've never been, but as much as you hear good things about the Emirates or Tottenham Stadium, and even Wembley. You know, I like Wembley. You know, I think Wembley has magic about.
Yeah, Wembley's actually.
I hate getting there. Hate getting there and hate getting back.
Yeah.
When you get around Wembley Way and you walk in, I actually think it's a cold stadium. To be fair,
it is.
And every time, well, not every time I've been with one time we've lost, but I think with fans, I think Everton Stadium's had a bit of criticism from their fans.
Yeah.
Obviously, London Stadium is terrible. We don't want a soulless bowl. That's the thing we don't want, because Old Trafford is just, it's just stinks of history, doesn't it? You walk around there, and it's everything. The problem is, and we spoke about it so often, is we've been neglected. Like the middle child. With the middle child just neglected. Like the owners have just let it fester and rot for 20 years.
I agree.
Nothing's been done on it for 20 years.
Yeah.
The only big club that hasn't touched the stadium in 20 years. So the reason why we have to move is because they fucked about with it and left it.
Yeah.
If there had been proper owners, and
that's what I'm saying, if the Glazers actually looked after it, you wouldn't need to buy a new stadium. But I think Jim Ratcliffe wanted to just be the guy that was the one that kind of to get a new stadium. But listen, I have to.
They wanted him because he's got the inside track to the government. They can't do it because he knows Sebco, friends with Sebco. That's why they did the task force. To get him on board. So they used him as a pawn because they've had the plans for the stadium for 7 years.
Yeah.
He comes in and starts to get rubber stamped. So it's no surprise they brought him in to do it.
Yeah.
But for me, we shouldn't have to lose Old Trafford for it to be extended and to look like a better stadium, because it is, I get leaked on. Do you know what I'm saying? It looks old. I heard someone walking over there going, "It is an old stadium," because of all the brickwork on the inside and everything. Like, it is dated, and the biggest insult is the fact it won't get used in the Euros. That's how bad it is.
I know. So, no Euros, no games in the Euros, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a travesty that we're leaving the stadium. I can't believe it. You look at it.
Yeah, it's horrible,
I think it's a travesty. I think Sir Alex Ferguson opened the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. Sir Bobby Charlton opened the Sir Bobby Charlton stand. You've got the King of the Stretford End, Dennis Law statue in there. You've got all the history, the culture that our club, was raised and founded on. It's a pitch that's been there, for 100 years, over 100 years, and the idea that Barcelona or Real Madrid would ever knock their stadiums down and relocate.
Yeah.
For a soulless bowl as well, for a bowl which we've already been told, it's going to be an identikit. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be the same stadium as the Wanda Metropolitano or the Emirates. Yeah. It's going to be the same stadium because it's like Lego pieces. They're going to ship up the Manchester Shipping Canal the same Lego pieces to make this stadium. We're not getting that big sheet over the top of it, which kind of would have made it a little bit more unique. Now they're talking about getting rid of that. So now
it costs a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, because it costs too much money.
I don't need a condom on my stadium, mate. Come on.
Yeah, no, but still, in the rain in Manchester, you can appreciate it, can't you? Saeed's filming there in the car park, it's just a bit of coverage.
There isn't no car park. There's a little lake at that, man.
Hopefully they got a car park there, man. They gotta have a car park.
No, trust me. It's like a lake. You've got a little shopping mall. There's no car park, bro. So I might be just having
change it to fan zone. Meet me in the fan zone.
Meet me in the mall. Meet me in the mall. Meet me down there, bro.
Meet me in the Nando's. Meet me in the Nando's.
Yeah, trust me, bro. It might be one of them ones, man. But it is spacious. There will be like a little mini like park as well. There'll be like a grass area. So they want it to be friendly. They want it to be fans in there. It's gonna be like that, bro. But like I said, man, I just think for me, yeah, bro, we need it though. We do need it. Like I said to you, man, you go in the toilets and that, bro. It's peak or like, it's peak. Like, sometimes I have to hold my piss in, man, just because I don't want to literally go into them toilets, man. They stink. Like, literally, I'm not even lying to you, bro. I genuinely think it stinks, bro. It's bad. It's bad. You can see the roof leaking and that.
When you've been to other stadiums, and that's the thing. You when you go to other stadiums, that's when you do realise Old Trafford's old.
It's old, man. So, like I said, I don't know, man. Should get renovated. Should take 2 years. Yeah, but then you do that, but you don't do it to the standard that you should do. You don't spend the money you should do, and then 10 years later, it's leaking again. You know what I mean, bro? Like the best they do, guys, is the painting. That's it.
Well, you give it a lick of paint and think, yeah, it's calm. It looks good again. Fucking
yeah. So yeah, Waffle Executive Suites. Yo, trust me. Yeah, pick up T and 79, bro. And Sam would be in the lake if the Lucio. Be in the lake, bro. See you later, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you, man? I mean, people losing 3-4-0 and I say, yo, I'm going for a swim in the lake and that. Never to be seen again. It's all mad and done, yeah. But hopefully people don't do that and people are safe. But you never know, man. You just never know, do you? But listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here, man. It's been a great show. Been a big one. Big up to everyone that's been locked in throughout the start. If you could do me a favor, let's get the likes up to 400 likes. We're 20 away from that target. And yeah, man, international break settings. I'll be covering. I won't be doing any streams tomorrow because I'm in London. But Thursday, Brazil game. And then the Mandem talk. Friday, we'll have something as well on that day as well. So yeah, just tune in, locked in. And yeah, man, appreciate everyone's support. Double A, come on, bro. Big up to you.
Yeah, big up, man. Best show on YouTube, innit? Let's be honest with ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Come on, bro.
Elite panel. Chat always going off. And yeah, man, I love it. Even though it's a bit odd doing it on a Tuesday. But we managed to do it. A cold, wet Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And we secured the W. Do you know what I mean? But always a pleasure to be on here, Saeed. Appreciate you obviously opening up your channel.
Come on.
To people's voices and all that. And yeah, man, it's... I'm just ready to be bored. That's the sad thing because there's no football. International football, yeah, calm. I can watch Brazil against France, no danger. But yeah, no United till the 13th of April is a horrible thing to be thinking of.
Horrible,
yeah,
man.
Big up to you every time, bro. I always appreciate it. Big up to my wingman for all this. I'm a twin in Ash. Make sure you're supporting these guys. And yeah, man, I'm on FC. The word double and A if you want to go on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You've got to go and support me. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I'll keep yourself safe and glory, Man United.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Big up to you, my guy Ash. What are you going to be up to, man? Are you doing a bit of fishing? What's your plans for this time off?
What?
Time off? Yeah, fishing's not a bad idea, Yeah, do a bit of fishing. Football with the kids. don't really know, to be honest. It's one of them.
It's half term. It is half term though, so it's
yeah,
like,
half term. We go to Manchester. You know what I like doing? Taking the kids to the Science Museum, Manchester. You know, go to a couple of museums and that. Go walk around there. Do you know what I mean? Maybe even go to Old Trafford one because the kids haven't been there yet. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for half term. But I'm more excited to see United back. Get back to playing football, get Leeds, be at Old Trafford because I missed the Villa game. No vlog there, so it's been a while since doing a vlog. But no, always a pleasure to be on as always, Saeed. Thanks for having us and pleasure chatting with Double A and Flawless and yourself and the chat. And it's always exciting. It's weird on a Tuesday. I kind of got to recalibrate now because I'll be waking up thinking it's Monday tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, got to reset. So but thanks for having us as always.
Come on, bro. Big up to you, Flawless, as well, man. Love.
Yo, blessings, man. Big up for having me on as always, man. Appreciate you giving me your platform. Shouts to Ash, Double A, each and every time I do. And yeah, I agree with both of them in regards to doing the show on a Tuesday. It does feel a bit strange for real, but it's good. Always positive chat, and it's good, especially with Manchester United. Like things looking promising and looking better. Shout out to the chat as well. Subscribe, Sarcasm City TV on YouTube, Sarcasm City TV Extra as well. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to both channels, people.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Love for that, bro. Make sure you follow everyone's channels. Love, big up to you, yeah, man. John Davison, thank Ant79, or if it was from Ghosted James Patrick. So big up to you lot. But yeah, people, man, smash the like on the video. Are you going live there, Flawless?
Yeah. I'm going live.
Okay, we're gonna send you over to Flawless right now.
United City show.
Yeah, there you go. Vader, big up to Vader. So make sure you head over there. Vader, they're going live right now. Make sure you like the video on the way in, and I'll see you when I see you next. Peace.